Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Nerd Bacon.
Oh,
Good morning.
Bacon or jam on, folks. Got to get
Yes.
the bacon jam on.
So what people can't see is that while that music is playing, all three of us are dancing in the back.
You got
We
it.
are jamming hard.
It's Thursday morning calisthenics, man. You get your jam on and it just loosens you up for the day.
Yes.
Exactly.
We are. I think one week we're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to actually just have us up on the screen while the music's playing.
Yes.
That's terrifying.
I think it's appropriate.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not appropriate. I'm just saying it. No, I'm kidding. You know, because I have such a tremendous presence online for being a mature and,
right. All three of us do.
Yeah, totally.
Mature.
Professional streamcaster.
We are
totally forgot to turn on my overlight. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I just want you to know, I watch Frasier, so there you go.
So you're a man of culture.
I am a man of culture. Yes. All right. Good morning, guys. So let's tell us a little bit about your week. Let's start with Mike Jimmy today.
Yeah.
So, well, we had a wonderful Easter weekend, which means I spent most of it inside drawing. And last week, I got the copies in for Lava Cora 5, had a awful print run, so they're redoing it at the printer right now, and they're also redoing the variant covers, which changed on Tuesday morning right after I got the mail back about my complaint. So I think they found the same issues there. So I'm going to have to wait another week for that.
Okay.
But on Tuesday, I went to a comic shop. I had a wonderful time just talking to the owner. Got the Scene Killer in there and showed him Love on Korra 5. Like, hey, this is coming out next week. You interested? Because, you got the other 4 already. Why not?
Yeah.
He was. So, good. That's going to be in the stores as well next week.
Awesome,
and yesterday I just had to work my side job. So, I had to move heavy stuff, and that was about it.
Sounds fun. How about you, Nick? What's your week?
This has been an exciting week. Aside from finally getting a bunch of sheet protectors, and only artists will really get this. These sheet protectors that keep like this size of art safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kill these. I have to order them in bulk, and my last order actually got messed up because it was near something hot.
No.
So they all melted together and fused. So I had a block of, I couldn't really make the plastic do anything useful. So I spent time doing that. I was on Bonsall Arts Radio Retro Future. Had a wonderful time talking steampunk and game design. And, well, you know me. You let me loose on an unprepared streamer, and it becomes a 2-hour show.
Oh, yeah.
Clarity ensues.
Why do you think you're my co-host? It's so when I squirrel out, I'm like, Nick's got this for a minute. And then when I finally come back to reality, I'm like reining you in. I'm like, all right.
That's the job, I've got a lot of energy to redirect.
You do, man. And at this hour of the day,
without
which is
caffeine.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's the part
without
that
caffeine.
blows my mind.
Yeah, see, I've got a little bit of energy, but it's due to the.
I was going to say,
look at that Hybrids cup.
I have my drink. This is like the knockoff Mio from Walmart, but I mean, there's no.
This is my Renaissance Fair cup from
Nice.
2012.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool.
They make a new one every
coffee.
single year with a new color inside.
As soon as I'm done with my coffee, I'll be enjoying an Arizona fruit punch.
Oh, nice.
Nice, cold.
Nice.
I'll be enjoying that later here in a few minutes. Yeah, that's so that sounds like a fun week, man. Sounds like a good time.
It's been good. Easter was nice. We had we tend to keep things small because Sander being autistic too much costs too much. So we had a little Easter egg hunt out in the front yard like we usually do.
Fun.
Just a lot of what we do is scaled down to comfortable, and I wish the world Like
Comfortable is nice.
The whole world needs to
yeah.
do that.
the world is either I don't do anything exciting, and the other half is like it all has to be extreme mountain climbing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, go for a walk, find a park near you.
Yeah.
Do something. You don't have to be like King Kong the superhero.
yeah, it's
You know?
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy what the world has become these days. So we do things a little different on Easter because being in leadership, it's like
It's a big work day for
yeah.
you.
So we did
Yeah.
we did the very unconventional. We didn't go out to eat for lunch after church. We ordered wings from Wingstop and went home. Went over to Barney and Linda's house and
that's
had
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. I loved it because number one, I love wings. But then I was able to take a little bit of a nap, like as soon as I got my food done, which is really important for me. And so that was great. But yeah, we had a great service. I kept just kept teaching on kind of what we were teaching on, with a little bit of insertion of what Easter is there, without because a lot of these big churches they go all out and like you said it, they've everything's all or nothing. And sometimes people just need to find a small church in their community and go to it and get plugged in and and enjoy that community and do smaller things, enjoy the smaller things of life, because there's a lot of joy in that and a lot of life and a lot of happiness in those things.
I think that carries over to I prefer smaller gaming conventions. People tell me, well, if you go to this,
Yes.
you'll sell thousands of books or whatever, and you'll do this. And I might, but I will have no enjoyment, and it's just a grind. And that's the part of being fairly independent is you can choose when it's worth it not to pursue making the big bucks, which sounds almost anti-American now. But
Honestly,
not everybody wants that whole huge corporate culture that I'm driven, but I'm not to excess, and that seems to mess with people.
Yeah. I do like the smaller cons.
Yeah.
I always sell better at those.
Yes, exactly.
I think when there's a big name coming in, what it is like people come there with a purpose.
Yes.
They've come in to meet the big name, to buy, whatever from them, to get that autograph. At the smaller cons, people are there to discover. So they're more apt
Discover,
to see
collect,
what you're doing.
have fun.
Yeah, exactly. And so I tend to like those more. They make me happy. Now, before we get going into the comments and welcoming our chat today, which we've got quite a few already joining us. If you're in the chat today, please feel free to grab the link of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, share this thing out on your social media, and invite your friends to come hang out with you this morning, because these things are more fun with friends, right?
Absolutely. And I want more opinions. I want to hear read your ideas.
We don't have a guest today, so our guest is the chat. So we're going to talk about what you want to talk about today, plus a few silly things that we found, and just kind of get some opinions today on different, more important things, I think. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of which, a little bit of housekeeping. Here, let's go ahead and play this video, because I've got to do a little housekeeping. You can get that book as an add-on for this campaign.
Welcome to Hybrid, the Sons of God. In this highly acclaimed series, descendants of the ancient gods face off against a celestial threat. Our heroes begin to converge at the Stardust Motel, where a deadly ambush awaits. Who will be the first to fall on the killing field? A fast-paced adventure where a Chris Claremont-era X-Men meets ancient aliens. Elements of drama, horror, and humor tell a well-crafted story. Complex character dynamics come into play as average people face unspeakable evil while learning to live with their newfound powers. Referred to as the X-Men I wanted to read, it is worth diving into the Hybrid universe now. With plenty of ways to get started at any budget, you can get your copy of Hybrids today, only on Indiegogo.
There we go.
The hybrid, you put bangers out. I was thinking about metal music choices. That is, when you want when you're trying to do creative stuff and you've got a bit of a time crunch and you want that montage feeling, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you put something that's like, that's where I'll put, some synthwave or something that really reaches out and kind of has a bit of drive to it.
Yes.
People can hire me to do that for them.
You know what? I really hope. I think you need to.
I made our intro music.
Yeah, and it's an absolute banger. One of these.
I can't play guitar anymore, but man, I'm lighting up those samples. Those samples. I'm lighting that up, and I'm trying to play with MIDI a little bit. Stuff's a little bit limited there, but I'm trying. Here we go. A couple things. Long Shots is still available in Indiegogo.
Yes.
Plus, we've got a sister campaign over on Kickstarter called Fellowship of the Indies. Be sure to check that out. You're gonna have 5 publishers actually, 7 creators, 9 books, 1 big fantastic deal. And my friend Anthony Figueroa, that does God's Hand, it's his birthday today, so head on over to Long Shots. Back that you're gonna get 9 books for $25. You cannot beat that. It's the best deal.
Mm-hmm.
The best deal in indie comics. Probably the best deal in comics, period. Also,
right now, yeah.
Network, yeah. Also, we are part of the Raging 2 network. Be sure to check that out. Right now, you're probably going to see we are broadcasting to a total of 7 places. I thought we were also on Twitter at another place, but apparently I did not click that one. But we are on 7 different places that we're broadcasting to. So you're going to see comments today that may not be in the place where you're looking at. But the 2 main places that we broadcast every Thursday morning is from the Luke Stone Studios YouTube and the Raging 2 Network YouTube. So on the Raging 2 Network, when you subscribe to that, you're going to get the Raging 2, the vlogs, dispatches from outside the box on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, you're going to get Daphne Lage's art live stream, which is amazing. Wednesday night, you get Femcast, which if you watched last night, you saw that I was there too. And then Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. every Thursday, Nerd Bacon, come rain or shine, no matter where we are in the world, we come together for a big slice of Nerd Bacon. And then Sunday Funnies, but we also have Talking Comics on Sunday. Now, this was supposed to be updated, but there is a Saturday thing that you do, Mike Jimmy, with our friend Mario.
That's right.
Talk about that for just a second.
So we have small work interviews where, well, not even small. We're going to just work for a couple of hours with some creators and get some work done and talk about whatever. And usually we have 2 guests. This weekend it's going to be Daphne Lage and Rich Barada. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh,
yeah,
man, guys, you're going to want to make sure you tune into that. So yeah, go on over there to the Region 2 Network and make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, if you're on the Region 2 Network today, go to the Luke Stone Studios YouTube and like and subscribe there, because I do live draws. I do draw streams and other things, and I'll have master class level info things that are going to be going up here shortly in a couple of weeks. And you're going to want to get a hold of that stuff, and that stuff's going out on the Luke Stone Studios thing. So so make sure you check that out, because you're going to get great content. Both channels, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, if you're doing any kind of comic book you're mailing out, be sure to go and put those in Gemini mailers. If you're not using Gemini mailers, you're robbing yourself and your customers. But you can save 5% on your order today by using the Ragin2 code. That's just pop in RAGIN2 and save 5% on your order. I've done it. You should do it. It's going to be nice. So be sure to do that. All right. Now that the housekeeping's done, let's see who's in the chat today. Okay.
Well, huge shout out to Frog G, because he's been just nailing all our links. And as somebody who's done a lot for a long time and not got a lot of traction, it means the world to me, like on a personal level, when somebody like Frog G puts my stuff out there, because
yeah, Frog G is our hero.
You guys all think I'm a hero.
Frog G is
I'll
lean.
accept that responsibility.
You all think I'm a hero. Mike, Jimmy, you're doing it again today. It's
I
muting you
I don't
after the
know.
video. It's so crazy. It's muting you after the video and leaving you muted. Oh, the internet hates you. You're crazy. All right, so let's see what we got here. Uh, Mike Jimmy comes in with bacon. You were technically first. You were technically
Yes.
first, but Nefarious, he calls in first. So Neff, I did think I sent you the link today. So if you want, you can pop on into Nerd Bacon and be a part of the panel and talk about this nonsense that we're going to talk about today. Uh, so Nefarious is first. We have the Sin Killer coming in. That's Mario, who does the or Marv, as a lot of us know him by, who also does the show with you on Saturday, Sketchy Saturdays,
That he does.
which I caught. I caught this last Saturday. It was very good. It's fun to watch while I'm drawing. Like I'll listen to what you guys are
Yes,
doing while,
that's the
Yes.
while
point.
I'm working. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's very, very cool, very cool. And he's like, Kevin, we got Agent Zero in here today. Agent Zero, I'm actually working with him on a couple of character designs and some stuff.
Ooh.
And so I've got some notes for you today, buddy. So maybe we'll have some time to talk, hopefully. So I think you'll like it. Nick's popping in there, morning Baconeers. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, all of our beautiful
Good
Baconeers.
morning.
It's great to have you today.
We
Nefarious
love you guys.
says, how much padding do you think he's got in those pants? Probably talking about rerun while he's dancing. And speaking of which,
Oh, are we?
we got
going
something to talk
right
about.
Yeah.
We got something to talk about today. So stick around.
Nita,
Make-
for the record, he got the Nick takes his glasses off and does this before the show even started. I think it may be a new
before it even
record.
started. You
You
guys
know.
look out today. This is great.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to be going to Amazon and ordering 2 of these today. I guarantee it. I mean, this is like, you need this. This is, if every guy in this in this chat right now, you need this. I'm telling you. All right. So go get your other guy friends, bring
My
them over here
butt's
so they can
fabulous.
see this product. We are, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to order this product so that we can look at it live on air in a couple next week. That way we can actually
Yes.
look at the product live on air and and take a look at it. All right, so we've got Michaela Jade saying hello. Good morning, Michaela Jade. Hail, Michaela Jade. It's good to see you today.
Oh, Michaela, you're in the
Glenn
right place.
Fleming
for this.
is in the house. Hey guys,
Hey.
Luke, great intro. Thank you. I love the intro. I think it's fun. You know, I wanted to do something so in case we ever get monetized, because we're sitting at about 276 ish backers, not backers,
Subscribers.
subscribers. Yeah, thank you. Sheesh. There you go. That's the COVID brain, right? Subscribers, and you know, we got a long way to go to get to that 1,000, but our watch hours are good because people stick with us through the Nerd Bacons, through the draw streams, and so by the time we get there, we're probably going to be easily getting to the point to monetization. So I wanted to make sure that our intro was something that could hold up and not get dinged every
Yes.
time. So we're using things that should not be getting copyright struck. And Nita, if you're watching, let me know. Are we getting a copyright struck on anything? If we are, we'll fix it. We'll fix that. That's all. I'm also careful about when we play people's trailers for their videos, for their campaigns.
Yes.
Which is why I always encourage people: if you're doing a trailer and you need copyright-free music, hit me up. I'm cheap. I can get you something, literally, in a couple of hours. I can get you something that, you know, you just tell me what you want and what kind of style, what kind of feel, and I can get you something that will fit your needs. Trust me, I can. And then Clem Fleming also says, Mike, Nick, because it's awesome to have
That is us.
you here today. Hojo, your boy Hojo is here. Hail Baconeers, sizzle my nizzles. Happy Thursday. Absolutely happy Thursday to you. It's great to see you. Michaela J says, shoot, my day starts at 5 a.m. Ooh, that's an early
Mine
day.
usually
We're more like
do.
your lunch. We are more like your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro Ang is in the chat today. Hail the
Hey.
bacon. Hail the bacon. It is great to see you today. People are saying hi to each other, which I love to see that. But then we got our Frog G. Hail all. Frog G is the man. Like I just played.
Oh,
He is
yeah.
a hero. Y'all say I'm a hero, and I accept that responsibility. He's dropping the links today. So we got that hybrids link in there. Be sure to check that out. People are saying hi back and forth. People asking, why is the wizard here? Well, why wouldn't the wizard be here? Of course.
A
All right.
wizard is always on time.
We got Sugar Chris in the house today. Sugar Chris, hail everyone. Sugar Chris has been hitting the gym. Yeah,
Ooh.
he has been hitting the gym, and he posted one of those topless photos.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Uh, I think he's working on those arms, so he looks good in that red dress.
Hey, Rocket.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Sugar
Can't
Chris,
get enough of that sugar.
message me if you're free this morning. You want to jump in the chat. If you want to jump on the panel and talk about some of the stuff we're talking about today, I think you'd have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Kayla J says, "Thanks, Frog. I wasn't sure if I should promote. Have not tuned in before. Here's the thing, Michaela J. Always promote your stuff. Always be promoting. ABP.
Yes.
That's what we do here. Always be promoting. Feel free. Anybody that's doing something that needs to be promoted, that you're working on, no one is going to be as passionate about your project as you are. Okay? So make sure. Yeah. Look at Nick. Shameless.
Always. Like I keep copies of my stuff always, because all I have to do is have one person. If I get one person to ask about one of my things.
All I want you to do is go buy hybrids. That's all I want you to do. Hey, we've all got bills to pay. We've all got to take care of
get Love and Cora, get an original page.
Yeah. So make sure if you're watching today, pop what you're doing down in the chat. We'll talk about it. Okay. I'm going to take a book out of my good friend Brian K. Morris's book, and I will talk about your project, even in the comments. You don't have to be on the panel to get promoted. We want to make sure that we are shining a light on everybody's projects, because everybody has something good to show. Okay, so it's I'm looking forward to seeing your project. Make sure you pop that in there. And Frog G definitely took care of you. On that by popping in your YouTube. Go over and check out Michaela J.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Check out her channel. She's got a lot of great content over there.
Oh yeah,
A lot of great
it's
content.
motivational. I love promoting people who are doing something beyond just creating something cool, where they're trying as part of their personal culture to help people. And Michaela's one of those people who's trying to motivate people to live a more full, better life, and you gotta respect that.
You gotta build more than you tear down, and Michaela J is doing that. So is Sugar Chris. He said, I bought some bacon this morning. It said it was Cherrywood smoked bacon. Never had it before. Brother, you are in for a treat. That Cherrywood, I'll tell you what, here's how much I love Cherrywood. I have a smoker, and I seek out Cherrywood to smoke my pork butt. Like Cherrywood and hickory. I mix the two. It gives me the perfect smoke for my butt.
And you know what? That commentary reminds me to remind all you good folks out there, remember today is National Random Drug Test Day.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I really like shortbread.
Oh God. Yeah.
Ham on it.
It's just one of those, you're gonna hear.
Sure, Chris. So we bought some bacon. You're in for a treat today, my friend. You are in for a treat. Your work deserves to be shared, Michaela Jade. I'm just glad I can help out. Frog G is absolutely right. Pop those.
Exactly.
Promote yourself down there.
And look into Frog G's book.
Oh, yeah. His book is going to be awesome.
It's going to be just everything I'm seeing. It's completely off the.
I'm going to tell you what. Frog G is an awesome guy. And
yes.
He has done his research and he knows what he's doing. I'm looking forward to his book. Sugar Chris says, "Hey Frog, how's the morning?" Wow, thank you. Let's see who else we got in here today. We got Past Master Dan. Told you, wizard. There you go. Past Master Dan, welcome. Hail, Past Master Dan. Oh my gosh, am I drunk? No, I'm not. I'm not drunk, and I do not celebrate 420, so I do not know what my problem is.
You're just high on life.
I am high on life.
It's difficult for us, Luke, to be hosting a show with people of such coolness in the chat. I mean, I put a lot out there, but it can be intimidating when you start realizing the quality of some of the people we attract. I mean, I'm not even. These are real. We associate on
awesome
this network and over on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, where my other show is on Friday nights. We associate with some truly amazing people, and occasionally some real movers and shakers in the industry come wandering through. And it's our privilege, but that's going to make anybody stammer once in a while. Everybody runs into the, oh my gosh, that's, somebody. And, if you're a fan of indie comics, you start realizing, and that's the coolest part about it, you can reach out and get feedback from creators. As somebody who's, kind of I'm trying to improve a lot of things, rebuild my hands to work, and I never have a shortage of inspirational art of different styles that I can look at and go, do I like the way that works? Storytelling. And if I have a question, I know I can reach out to these people and say, hey, dumb question. That's such a privilege. It's really cool.
So I'm going to bring in Pedro Ang.
Hey, Pedro!
Hey.
I think
I don't think I've ever seen you during the daylight, my friend.
Right?
Yeah.
It's always incredibly late on my end, at least.
Oh yeah,
This is great.
I'm a morning person. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to talk about Pedro's book today. So we do have a guest.
We have a guest.
We do have a guest. Yes.
Yeah, I had it scheduled, but it's like we have no guest. It was like, whoa, maybe.
I think so. Here's what happened.
Uh-huh.
That was my bad.
Okay.
Because I put down on my calendar who my guest is, and I must not have put your name down because I was doing other things, and so I was like, oh well, yeah. But you're a great guy, and so you're here, and I hope you will forgive me for that.
No problem, man. Like I've learned not to assume other people's spaces.
Yeah.
And dude, like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, like dude.
Yeah. Go ahead and put your project link in the private chat so we can pull that up and talk about that here in a bit. Okay.
Right away. Sure.
So we'll do that. Let's get back to the man. There's so many comments. I'm so far behind. Oh my goodness.
It's a whole lot of it is people greeting each other and plugging amazing projects.
We've got Todd. Todd from Redshift Comics is here today. Hail, Todd. What's up, Baconators? Yes, what is up? We got Facebook user. Not sure who you are today. If you're on Facebook, try to slide over to one of those YouTube channels because it tends to play better with everything else. So it says, good morning. Hope your day is blessed. Off to get my Bible study done. Prayer for all of you. That is awesome. Get that Bible study done.
Yeah.
And my Bible study happens either before Nerd Bacon or after. Johnny Cage we've got today. Mike always causes a problem. Ooh, yes, he does.
That's high compliments coming from Johnny Cage, the master of disaster himself. I mean, I know few people who can derail a situation as quickly and as well as Johnny can.
Oh, well, Johnny, you're going to love what we're about to talk about here in a second.
Hola,
oh my gosh. Yeah. Hola, Johnny. Agent Zero had to dip out, but he's back. He asked Agent Zero, did I miss anything while I was out?
We talked about the secret of life.
We just dropped.
We gave you the passcode to cut your taxes in half. And let's see, what was that? Well, we can't talk anymore about that UFO thing since the nice guys in the black suit show. But, stick around, and anything you don't remember was wiped by the government-sanctioned amnestics. You're fine.
Okay.
Preach! I mean, what? Who said
I'm just going to pop that up there. The Sin Killer has some message for you guys. I'm just going to say what it is. Coffee is for closers.
Coffee is for closers.
Okay, speaking about weird,
boys.
Speaking about weird, like
you got him right here
today, and I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, that is cool.
It's very smooth skin. I'm always doing that thing, but yeah, like
I'm
afraid to open. I'm afraid to open it. I don't know what it is.
Oh no, it's good. You're gonna like it. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called because I'm from Indiana. I don't know what it's called. Hoosiers call everything things that aren't what they're supposed to be.
Okay.
We make up names for things.
Yeah.
Right now it's fruit, but yeah.
Past Master Dan says, "Whip it out, boys."
That's what she said.
But what if I don't?
Don't whip it out, boys. Cherry wood, pork butt. Cherry wood, pork butt. Yep. What else we got going on here? Kayla Jade says, "Good." She says, "Good. My 4th book, Warriors Honor, is at the editors. I can't wait for you to read it. My newsletter will have a sneak peek. Comes out on the 27th. So make sure you sign up for a newsletter so you can get that sneak peek." Michaela Jade is a fantastic author. She's very talented. You need to check that out. Absolutely check that out. And
spicy stuff.
Spicy stuff. Smoking butt indicates a serious digestive issue. No,
No, it works just fine.
I'm all set.
Or you've done your squats. I mean, depending on context clues there, my friend.
Or you had a wonderful time with Chili's. That could be.
I love Chili's.
Yeah.
Chili's don't love me anymore. Chili's are like, you know what, Luke? Screw you. I hate you.
Yeah, I mean, that's an abusive relationship. Chili's.
Yeah, Chili's do not like me anymore. We have it's a strained relationship. Your boy Hojo says Cherrywood Pork Butt sounds like a Primus song. It kind of does, doesn't it?
Very.
Yeah. Cherrywood Pork Butt.
Hey, Primus, just credit the show, okay? If you put it out there, just credit the show. We're not even asking royalty. Just
Mr. Claypool, you're welcome.
Yes. If you're watching, get a hold of me. I will have you do the next Nerd Bacon intro. I will pay you in silly content. That's what I will do. I will pay you in silly content. So
You will be famous. So much exposure.
I DM'd Frog G and told him he needs wrenches as perks for his books. It's the only way to go. Yes. Frog G is everybody's wrench. Everybody's wrench. For a reason, because he's amazing. Oh my goodness. Hail Oliver from 656.
Hey.
All right.
Good morning. It is so good to see you.
That's a celebrity right there.
He is a celebrity. If you don't know what 656 Comics is doing, you got to go check them out, man. They are doing some amazing stuff. They got some cool stuff. That Cryptinals is great. It's like cryptid creatures that are criminals. It is fantastic. You guys got to check Oliver out and all the stuff they're doing over there. Make sure let's get your links posted in these comments so that people can find you and find what's going on. Let's see. Up where eagles fly. I don't. That's I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything. People are saying good morning to everybody.
Now I'm singing Misfits in my head.
I must have missed something. Yeah.
Where eagles
yeah.
Think of every
Oh, somebody else notices. Oh, Johnny is here. Well, I was thinking about hopping in through my phone, but if Johnny and Pedro are here, never mind. Feel free, you can still jump in.
It's all right, Sugar.
Come on.
Yeah, you can do it, Sugar. Do it.
I'm offended. Normally he doesn't jump in because of me. So I have to invade his stream instead.
What did you do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to leave it at that now, aren't we?
The dark side.
We are going to leave it at that. What did you do? Yes.
The only way to settle this cage match. We can organize this.
No, Chris and I are really good buddies. It's fine. It's just funny.
Y'all can still fight in the cage match. That's fine.
Johnny and I are the ones that always have a fight.
What do you guys think? New band name?
Yes.
Do you eat those? Oh, that's what they call those. That's what that is. All right. That's what we're talking about. Is this spiny little ball thing?
Now I'm definitely not gonna eat it.
And that is a fine hat, Pedro. You know what they say.
Yes, sir. I mean, I knew it was coming here. I have to come with the
I'm a part of a hat club,
yeah.
and so I've got my pork pie. Yeah. You know what they I love my pork pie because, well, quite honestly,
I am the one who knocks.
That's what it is. Of course, when I knock, it's probably because I'm delivering your pizza.
Yeah. It's still knocking.
Yeah.
That's for that $10,000 tier. For $10,000 on the new hybrids, Luke will hand deliver your comic book.
And he'll knock on your door.
I'll come to your house and I'll smoke your butt.
Wow.
Guys, we're barely started.
Welcome to Nerd Banking, the safe for work comic book and nerd talk show.
That's why we're only talking about food.
I literally
about
watched the viewer numbers drop with that little joke.
I understood we're talking about preserved foods and smoke.
Yes, food preservation. Guys,
Yeah,
pull your
food
mind
and
out of the
yeah.
gutter.
Please come back. I promise I won't do that
I
again.
promise.
Crazy.
Well,
Chris says, I don't see half the
unhinged
people's comments in the chat. I better refresh. You don't have to refresh, Sugar Chris, because here's what you're missing. Right now, we are broadcasting to 7 different locations. You're on YouTube, so you're either on my channel or you're on the Region 2 Network channel. So, and we've also got Facebook comments coming in and all that kind of stuff. So that might be why you're not seeing all the comments, because we are simulcasting today. So be sure to check that out. I kind of feel like maybe we have gotten
derailed.
I think maybe one of our broadcast areas has completely shut off, because I just watched our viewer numbers drop by 2/3. So I don't know what's going on there. It's weird. It just all dropped all of a sudden. So let us know if we're still broadcasting cleanly to wherever you're watching from. If you're on Facebook, just let us know that you're good here. Singular says I can only hear Luke and Mike.
Sugar Chris wants the link. It's farther down. How do I hop in? I'll do it despite Johnny.
All right. Well, you're friends with us, right, on Facebook? Yeah, you're friends with us on Facebook. Can one of you guys send him the invite link while I'm doing the comments here? So
yeah,
have a little fun. Too much noise at work. I'm sorry, man. We do look forward to hearing you back. One of these days, you're going to have to play hooky and come be a guest. All the things. All right, let's see who else we got in the chat today. Let's we're getting caught up. We have got Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
Good here in England on YouTube. Thank you. Awesome. Okay.
It's great to hear that Brian K. Morris edited that book for you.
It really is. Hopefully, I can't wait to get to witness the editing power of that book. By the way, check out. Is that still on or in demand or anything? Glenn, if you make sure you pop the link there in the comments for us.
Yes, so please.
We can put that out there.
That is such.
Let the world know.
All inside jokes about that. That Jack Kirby book is so amazing a concept, and just seeing the clips as somebody who's been around comics for a while, hearing it from the man himself. I mean,
so here's the deal, okay? I just got the New Gods compendium, and gosh, that is so inspiring. I'm so inspired by this book. It makes me want to draw. It makes me want to write because it's just so creative. So I mean, I absolutely love every bit of it. And so I was actually talking to my wife yesterday. A couple things about Jack Kirby that people don't know is most people knew his address. He didn't hide that, which I have my address published. If you look hard enough, or if you message me, I'll give you my address. I don't care, because I kind of have this policy that I want to be accessible to people that want to be my friend or are fans of my work, appreciate what I do. And so people can easily, get video chats with me or phone calls. I make myself available for people. But because I heard, that Jack Kirby, people would just show up and he'd sit and draw, while he's working on pages, talking to people and spending time with them. And that hospitality it spoke to me. And I loved it. I loved the idea of it. And so it's something that I do. Another thing that's really funny about Jack Kirby is I don't know how true this is, and Glenn, maybe you can tell me how true it is, but they didn't let him drive after a while. They made him stop driving because he would get in accidents because he would daydream. Like he'd be daydreaming, thinking about these worlds he's creating, and he would daydream and he'd get in accidents. Like one story was, he just drove up on a curb. Like he just drove up on the curb. And
man.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know how true that is. I've heard that story a couple times from people, but it sounds like something that could be true. And so yeah. So yeah. Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
Jack Kirby just went by. Hear him?
I did hear it. I did hear it. All right. All right.
No,
So
no,
here.
no. Run with
Yeah.
it.
Chris,
Run with it. Never apologize.
Dude,
Run
the
with
thing is,
shit.
I live in the middle of the jungle on a road to a copper mine, so you're gonna hear or
Mm.
really big frogs or a fishmonger or just the sounds of the jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing: when you say things, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I know they're true,
Yeah.
but it's just hard to fathom.
I know.
Yeah.
You know,
It is super hard to fathom.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of Central America, man. Like, just,
Yeah,
this is,
which is
you know.
awesome.
Groovy.
Which is awesome.
Mhm.
What time is it there?
Oh, it's 8:47.
Oh, okay. So you're
Oh.
you're an hour. You're
Mhm,
on.
mhm.
Yeah. So you're.
So
you're
Panama is like Eastern time, like it's aligned with the East Coast.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
since I live in the tropics, there's no time savings, so times do change. Like I lose an hour,
Oh, okay.
I gain
Yeah,
an hour. Like, yeah, but it's all you. It's not us.
Yeah. That's all us.
It's
Yeah, we're
just
stupid.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, we're stupid here. I
Oh,
hate that we
that's
do that.
stupidity.
Daylight savings time is idiotic. It just needs
Mhm.
to stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Froggy says that curb jumped out in front of him. Yes, it did. Yeah, it was the curb's fault. It was never Jack's fault.
You know,
Jack is-
that orphanage started it. It attacked him. That fireball was in self-defense.
Mhm.
All right,
Just
Neff.
ask Johnny.
Neff.
Johnny
I hope
Cage
you're
just
watching.
walked down, and then
Oh my
that
God.
orphanage just lunged at him with
Neff,
like. a
I hope you're
torch.
watching. Now okay. You guys, I'm telling you, check this out. We've been,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been at this for 50 minutes and
Oh,
we haven't
God.
done anything. We are like, today is like ADHD on like on 11.
Also
All
known
right.
as the Mick Tockert effect.
The music's good. So.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this sink in here for a second, guys. So I was having a conversation with my wife this morning. I asked her to help me pull at because I still have trouble with this hand being able to grasp. So I was like, hey, can you help me pull my pants in the back? I lost a significant amount of weight, and I don't have anything back there to hold my pants up anymore. Actually, I didn't really have anything back there before, and it's a lot worse now. But she was like, hey, here's this thing I found. Y'all could buy a pair of pants, boxer briefs, with butt pads to enhance your butt. Guys, it is a great time to be alive.
Yeah.
It is a great time to be alive. We are winning like no time before in history. Now, here's the great part. So you can get this thing. It's between $13 to $17. I'm going to order a pair just so we can look at them live. I will not model them. I will not be modeling them. There will be no twerking on this.
Oh my God.
But look, it's
Oh,
also
no.
got one for the front.
Oh God!
A junk enhancer.
I love what Johnny Cage says. I'm Brazilian. I
I
was born with that.
was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Waiting for that. Like,
You know, I love all of my Brazilian friends. I work with a lot of Brazilian.
Yeah, they call him Johnny
creators.
Cheeks.
Yeah. And
Johnny.
There it is.
here we go. Sugar Chris is in the house.
It's
Sugar
okay.
Chris, how you
Hey.
doing today, man?
You might want to take down the lettering so people can
Hey.
see. It's like there's just a mustache. There we go. Hi. Great to see your beautiful face.
It's been way too long, Chris.
How y'all doing?
I switched
I hope
with
y'all
Mike.
don't hear that.
See
I
what
hope y'all
did
don't hear this big truck thing outside that's making a bunch of racket.
there?
Can't hear it.
What do you think? What do you
Oh,
think of this?
good.
What do you think of this butt pad thing here?
Well, I mean,
Here's a better picture of it. You can get it in
Well,
black too.
fake it till you make it, you know?
Be more confident. Be more
Mhm.
confident.
Obviously.
My God.
Be more confident.
I can
My
assure
English is
everyone.
good too.
I can assure everyone when I hit that 1,000 subs and I put on that dress, I will not need one of those.
Mm.
Butt pad.
All natural.
Where are the organs? Hello.
I don't
You got
know.
the honky
Yeah,
It was
tonk,
going
the-
so well. It was going so well.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
do butt pads will boost your confidence? I don't know. Like I'm having problems with the shade of the butt pad itself. I feel a little bit left out. I have to say, they're not for me.
Like,
Here's the thing. I don't
know.
think this was intended for men of color.
Exactly. I guess
because I don't think I don't think they have a problem.
They're assuming we have the equipment already.
Yeah. I think this was intended for. I think this was intended for guys like me.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. I think it was. I think it was intended for guys like me.
Embrace who you are, man. I'm a little hobbit dude. I accept this. I'm a little round hobbit.
Here's the problem, though. I mean, this is like the ultimate lie. You know, it's like, you like that butt? You like that butt?
It was only $20 on Amazon.
You like that? You like that bit there in the front too? Yeah, that ain't real either. That ain't real.
Well, you know what? I mean, I hate to say it, but given how a lot of people feel about their identities and the products, we're moving towards a transhuman thing where people will just, at a certain point, be like, I want to look like this. You know, step in, get all the upgrades, and whatever it is, it's going to be what people look like. I mean, that's kind of
There's only one thing I hate more than lying. Skim milk, which is water that's lying about being milk.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm telling the truth.
It's the classic way versus a mentality that's coming out. I do consider that false advertising.
Oh, absolutely false advertising.
This maybe I'm gonna carbon date myself, but this reminded me of this movie. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yes.
Yeah. So no.
Look, and all these different kinds you can get. There's these other ones that people have gotten.
Yeah, look at
here,
that.
Well,
this one has flesh openings over here.
It's like an ass chap.
This is wrong. This is wrong. This is crazy. But I will order.
Now that we've talked about that, as somebody who spends way too much time in their chair streaming, there might be a practical aspect to this.
Yes. Especially for somebody, like when I go out to eat somewhere and I don't have to bring in my butt pad because I'll have them with me all the time. My wife did say, look, there's this one that says that it helps with lower back pain. Of course it does, because you're sitting on two big cushy pillows. Yeah. So found that this morning. I thought I would share that with the Baconeers.
Luke, I know how to fix this product. I know how to fix this product. What they need is one of those things they put in toys that when you squeeze it, it sings a song.
Yes.
And have it play honky tonk, donk donk every time you sit down.
The way I see it, if women can wear makeup and pad their bras, those guys can put a little junk in there.
I'm sorry. My attitude on all that is I'm married. I tell people I'm terminally married. The only way I'm getting out of this is dead. I accept it. So I don't care what anybody else looks like. I don't care what anybody else is doing. Whatever tab A gets put into slot B, C, or D, I don't care. That's on them.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't care who or what is between your legs.
I'd rather have people happy. I mean, if wearing goofy butt pads makes you happy, wear goofy butt pads. It doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
If it makes you more confident.
I like the goofy butt pads.
I'm an old cyberpunk guy. I'm waiting for shiny and chrome. I'm waiting for the full Ghost in the Shell, Kusanagi. You want your body upgraded, floating the stuff that paints the skin.
Now we're talking. Now we are talking.
That's why I say I'm expecting transhumanist. We have the
as long as I don't have to address the butt cheeks, I'm cool. I don't really care, but you should address my butt cheeks as Lord, whatever. He has pronouns too. As long as they don't do that with me, I'm cool.
Yeah. So speaking of not caring who or what's between your legs, what is the deal with them making all these comic book characters like asexual, or gay, or they're selling these characters on their sexuality more than they are more
I
than
think what
I think it's ridiculous.
it's almost as bad as a while ago. Marvel had, what was it? Their diversity initiative, and that hit. And I see it as the intention is actually really a good intention, theoretically. They want to be representative. They want to, make as they realize different people have different things and appeal to them. But it's being handled so ham-fistedly and with a zero-sum mentality. It's lazy. If you want to make and I'm seeing it done right and wrong. If you want to make a character who's asexual, okay, cool. You make a new character. That's part of their story. You write it and you do it. That doesn't bother me. I know people who are ace. I know a lot of people because I associate in a lot of circles. No judgment there. Good for you. Find out what you're about. As long as that's an aspect of the character, not the character's whole story, because that's
right.
Yes.
The other thing is when they want to be inclusive, and instead of either using existing characters of race or religion or whatever, and actually using them, suddenly taking a mainline legacy character and switching them over as a gimmick. Then it becomes. Then it's not even. The issue stops mattering because it's just a money grab.
It's ridiculous.
It's not a sincere transition.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm just tired of it. Christy Shen is in the chat this morning. Hail, Christy. Good to see you this morning. She's up early too after a late night on the Zimcast. So it's
but you mentioned that, and I like to think of where was it handled better, that sort of thing. I love The Authority. Have you read The Authority?
I have not read The Authority.
Okay, it is a really good book. It was put out by Image, and one of the really, really good characters, his name's Midnighter, very much a Batman-like character, also happens to be gay.
See, I like that. Also happens to be.
You know what I'm saying?
There's other aspects to it. Because everyone that I know, which is quite a few, that is, that has a different orientation than I do, or a different gender identity than I do. Like that's not their story. That's a part of their story. But it's not their whole person. They're other things. They're more important things than.
Should I mention the characters?
It's
just not about sex. Like, I don't know, like just the excuse of diversity, and then it's not supposed to be entertaining. That's what I don't really like. I don't get you, man. I mean, you want to do that, do it. Yeah. But don't get mad if I don't buy it.
Yeah, we did this stupid diversity thing. I don't want to. That sounds really bad. Don't sound clip that, by the way. We did this stupid diversity thing. But here's what was stupid about it. Okay, after George Floyd was murdered, churches started doing diversity stuff, and they started inviting the few black people they knew in to talk.
Oh no!
Right? It was, and it's so condescending, right? Like they didn't realize just how rude, like how stupid they were being. And I have a good friend that I've been in ministry with for a while, played music with, and he happens to be a man of color, and he posted on Facebook. He's like, "Look, I've been trying." He goes, "Stop it." He goes, "I don't want to talk about this right now. I've been trying to talk to you for years about this, and you didn't want to hear me. And now that you're finally ready to hear the conversation, maybe I'm not ready to talk at this moment." And I'm like, I totally heard that and respected that, because it's like, and I get it. You've been trying to talk about these problems, and people don't want to listen, but now they want to listen, because now it's the thing to do. It's the buzz topic, and you've got all these places doing diversity training, but they don't have any diverse people doing the training. It's like a bunch of like rich white people telling other rich white people that they have to be ashamed of being rich white people.
Yeah, they read a book.
They read a book, and it's like
the thing is, like, to me, this problem was solved by George Carlin years ago.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I'm gonna get your channel in trouble by saying this, but there's a thing about being that happened to be and being openly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, happen to be black would be Colin Powell.
Yeah.
Being openly black is James Brown. That's the extent of it. Like we have to work, we have to pay taxes, we have to marry, we have to be faithful. Like, dude, it's human condition. This victimhood mentality, like, oh my god, we have to rescue them. It's insulting. Like, I'm a 48-year-old man. I don't need a 21-year-old college girl who lives in I don't know, New York. Come to the middle of the jungle. She doesn't know if this is poisonous, and neither do I. I'm not gonna eat it. Maybe she will eat it. You know what I mean? It's
is it poisonous? That's not poisonous.
I'm gonna get somebody to try it.
No, I don't think. I think I've eaten that before. It looks like a thing that I've eaten, and I think it's delicious.
Yeah, I have people working in the property, so I'm gonna have them.
If I was in the middle of the jungle with you, I would eat it right now.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about that. I would eat that right now. I'm near positive that it's delicious and that you would love it. We've got Jody McPhee here. Morning, Pete. Good morning. Just having a little conversation this morning. Tickle the algorithms, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe. Dingle the bells.
This show has the best music, I have to say.
Thank you.
I've been grooving.
We try to have a little bit of jam and everything. The problem is we've been around with all of these streams and podcasts over the years that just they talk about nonsense. They don't have great music. They don't have a good flow. And it makes me feel like this.
I'm going to go out and buy some more.
Okay.
And I think you should too.
No, that's not what it makes me feel like.
Your actions have consequences. When you oppress people, they rise up in a fiery anger.
Sometimes Luke hits the wrong button. And that's
I just thought you were like, buy more of Luke's music. And I think this is... We need to plug folks. We need to plug folks' sidelines as much as their mainline stuff.
That's what she said.
Wonderful. I worry about some of y'all because I care. That's kind of my jam. I care about people, and it's like, what do you do between campaigns? Because I know a lot of people who ride the campaign, make money to go to the next campaign, and the ups and downs. And there has to, and this is one I've talked to Luke a lot about. I'm talking to a lot of people. I'm worried about the longevity. Like, I know this is a little mature in that it's financial and stuff, but is it sustainable to keep crowdsurfing or, crowdfunding? Although it feels like that. You know what I mean?
It does feel like crowdsurfing.
I love crowdsurfing.
They catch you, but I hope that can get built into something that's more, self-sustaining as a baseline, as just a business model because a lot of you guys are great creators, but the highs and lows of crowdfunding, just from helping people with it. I haven't done it for any of my stuff, but it looks like it's such a drain that it becomes a second job, and I really worry about the long-term effect. Yeah. Speaking of crowdfunding, right now, our man Pedro has this really great comic out.
Does Pedro know he's 5% away from funding?
Yes, I'm very aware. I'm 5%.
Very aware. Real quick, Brian K. Morris from Rising Tide Network is here today. Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Morning,
Brian. I was able to comment a little bit. I listen to the show while I work out while I'm doing therapy, and I was able to listen a bit and comment a little bit yesterday. It was nice. Make sure you go check out the Rising Tide Network. Brian K. Morris, another very talented soul. But here's the thing: not only does he have talent, but he is a good human being, and that's important, right? Like, let's support the good human beings out there. Let's talk about this campaign for just a little bit.
Let's do it.
I'm going to show this trailer. I'm going to show this trailer. Do you want me to show the trailer?
Yeah.
Talk about good music.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. That trailer is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I want this
Nicely
book
done.
so bad.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah.
Did you draw the art for the animation?
Yeah. I'm an animator by trade. Like that's
wow.
what I do, and that's one of the things that I wanted to say up on Nick. The way I see this CG movement, it's like the gold rush.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see guys who struck gold, but the real business is in selling the shovels, selling the plates, doing the maps to go to the rivers and whatnot. So I'm offering my animation services to every campaign that needs it, dude, and I'm doing pretty well doing that, and also doing my books.
Let's talk. Let's talk. Okay. I need some animation stuff done.
Well, let's do it.
Yes, let's.
I'm
talk,
definitely
okay?
gonna hit you up for Lava Core 6.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to talk to you after we get off the air.
Awesome.
Stick around in the green room
Yeah,
because we're going to chat. We're going to chat.
Mhm.
I'm getting a few things done with animation, and so I like your style. I like how it looks. I think it'd be
Very
fun
cool.
to do a couple of really cool things. There.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got some new people in the chat this morning. We've got Joe Bockham. He's with us. Hail, Joe. Good to see you today. Froggy says that's an awesome trailer, and it is an awesome trailer.
Yes.
My goodness, this looks so good.
Joe, please throw the link for the apps in the description. It should go through. Sorry.
Yes. Make sure you're throwing that in there. Man, look at this. So Tropical Magics is a 72-page book, completely drawn and colored. This campaign ships to the printer right after closing the campaign. Oh my gosh, man. It's done. It's ready to go. Tell us, pretend like the trailer didn't really just get us excited about the book.
So Tropical Magics is inspired by the adventure comedies of the 80s. So if you're into like Big Trouble in Little China, Indiana Jones, that kind of stuff, it's that sort of humor, but with action-packed. And it's the story of two best friends that are living in squalor. And throughout their story, you'll realize they're veterans of this huge event that changed the world, called the Spell War. So one of them is riddled with PTSD, and the other is a little bit more pragmatic, but they don't really want to use their powers. They just want to make ends meet. So they have a construction company called Zambrano Quick Fix It, and they go from town to town, just doing like odd jobs, making like the money of the day. Through the story, they will get a call to adventure that will challenge them to use their powers again for good. So the question is, will they dare to use it again? And will they get paid? Because they do everything for money now. So that's kind of like the comedy. The main character is a little bit more somber, but his best friend, Miguel, he's a guy that has 8 kids by 5 different women.
Wow.
It's what we call in Panama, PP sweet. Like, look, he's not good looking, but he has the gift of gab, and all the women love him. And he needs to make that money because he's a good father, So
okay.
Yeah.
So
okay. Wow.
And there's a huge backstory. Like the backstory got so huge, I had to make like an 8-page prologue so people would understand what the Spell War was and why our guys are where they are. And yeah, guys, back at I had a lot of fun doing it. I got an editor that made it even funnier because when I wrote it, it was written in my broken English. So this guy's like, okay, maybe we would say it like this in America. I don't know, like we did all that, and it's funnier now. So yeah, guys, I can't wait to get this book in your hands. And yeah,
I like. He's like, it's funnier now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funnier.
Somebody, yeah. So he's like, listen, English speakers, you're gonna like this. It's funny. So It sounds funny.
Yeah.
It sounds really funny. Actually, man, you are so close to funding.
Yeah.
You're just over $100 away
Mm-hmm.
from funding on this thing.
Guys, because I've been following Pedro talking about this, and this hits so many of my personal buttons that I just adore this project.
Oh, awesome.
Because one, what you said, the 80s. I'm a big Tremors fan.
Oh yes.
Feel like Val and Earl. If you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
They have that feel, but the magic is well handled, and I am a sucker for mecha and tanks.
Awesome.
Vehicle destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so well done, both in the pages I've seen, and the animation is mind blowing. And that's it's what I want out of content, you know.
Cool.
It has if you like Borderlands,
Mm-hmm.
Borderlands, you're gonna love this book.
This looks so good.
It's just so funny, and it's that when you've been around when things have really, really gone wrong in an area, or you've been really poor, there's a bizarre humor that starts to come out of it because you just don't care. And
look at this artwork, though. I just want to say, one point over a second.
Yeah.
Look at this artwork.
Oh, it's
this
phenomenal.
is amazing.
Oh,
and the colors are so fearless.
Do you color this or somebody else?
Yes. No, I did everything.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a complete triple threat, my friend.
Yeah, the thing is, my approach to coloring, it's more akin to color grading, because that's what I do that's one of the things I do for a living. Like I do color grading for videos. So it's really fast, but it ended up being really bold. Like I see other, like I want to learn how to color comics eventually. Like this is the style I used for this book. But
it works.
But you know what? Here's the thing: comics don't have to be one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And they shouldn't be one thing. This is comic books right here.
Oh,
this
awesome.
is great. This is great stuff. Yeah, you can grow, but don't intentionally change just because you're trying to fit somebody else's mold. This is good stuff.
Oh god,
these
like I almost want to see a black,
fantastic,
just like a line work version.
Yeah, the book is
I
digital.
think you've got one.
Yeah, the book is digital, but I'm reproducing those 4 pages like in analog means. The things like shipping to the US is a killer for me. Like shipping one package is like $100. But if I ship them in bulk, it's the same price. So I got myself what would be called a broker that's gonna hold my art. And then like
you talk to Critical Blast.
RJ is taking care of this, isn't he?
Yeah, RJ is taking care of this. But yeah, I don't want to like burden RJ with holding like my art.
Yeah.
So
this is great, man. I'm
producing this with James Gingerton. He's my editor. So he lives in Florida, and he's gonna like keep my art in store for auctions. So we've been working together for a while, and since
the
this
digital
book
for
is
$12.
Since this book is done, I'm already working on my next book. So I'm just keeping the ball rolling here.
Nice.
Well, look at that. You've gotten closer. You've gotten closer. You are $100 away. Yeah, you are less than $100 away from funding
might
this
get funded on the stream.
60 backers.
Yeah, so
60
grateful,
backers on this one. That is, you're doing great, man. So if you're out there right now and you guys saw the trailer, it's great. You know this thing's going to be funny. The art's fantastic. Check this thing out. Back this thing. Get this thing funded this morning.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I see no reason why we couldn't reasonably get this thing funded. The show.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. And
I'm not even kidding. This is.
You are.
And $12 for the digital.
Yep.
That is, that's one of the most reasonable deals I've seen in crowdfunding. I mean, it really is. It's just
if one backer got the full plumbing, right now you'd be funded.
Yeah,
that's the physical copy, the variant cover, the source book. What is the source book? Talk about that for a second.
So the art book, like I treat this as a movie. So I have a lot of like production drawings from model sheets, character designs, set designs, and we're doing an art book, a 44-page book, just telling like the journey. Like it's very, it's almost like a psychology thing for me, because I'm going to what's happening through my life as I was working it. And I mean, I don't want to call it traumatic, but I was homeless in the middle of the pandemic, and the dreams I had while sleeping in my car for 3 days started this book. So I talk about that a little bit, and you see like the first illustration that gave birth to it. Like there was no story; it was just two guys watching a destroyed city. Like I was dreaming about that. I didn't know the names of the characters. I just saw two guys on a robot. And as soon as I could hook up my computer, I drew it, and that was the beginning. Okay, these guys are telling me something, and I started like just frantically drawing, and I did 8 pages of a comic book without a script.
Yeah.
Then I stopped that nonsense and started again. So you're gonna see those first 8 pages, and then you're gonna see like the preliminary sketches of how the characters look, because they don't look the same. An antagonist that was not used, and then like the process of just making the book. It's gonna be very informative, and I know there's people who dig that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I love personally.
Yes,
like that's my favorite stuff actually. So for $60 you get the physical copy, the variant cover, so you get both covers, so you can save one and read the other, source book, and the Wonka. Is that how you say it? Wonka.
Very good.
Wonka trading card.
Wow.
I'm a man of the world.
There you go. A man of elevated tastes.
Elevated taste. No, I'm a man who worked in a city that was 51% population documented Hispanic.
Nice.
Absolutely documented, because the population was greater than that percentage-wise. I worked in a city, so I had to learn how to speak the language in order to sell car parts. Now, here's the thing. I can carry on a decent conversation as long as all the words are car parts.
Okay. Awesome.
Frenos.
Frenos, pastillas, tacos.
Yeah. That's how it is. I'm cultured, but I love your synopsis here. Magic and technology clash for all the marbles in this Mad Max meets Cheech and Chong style adventure. Here we go. I kind of went into my announcer voice in the middle.
Yeah, it's starting to come back.
It went into Tremors. There's a lot of Tremors in it, in the relationship of the guys.
Oh yeah.
One is always looking for the money angle. And
I can't wait. I cannot wait. So you've got 10 days left on this thing. You're going to fund. You're going to fund. That's going to happen. Oh. It's a flexible goal. I see.
God willing. You're
going to fund.
You're fine.
Trust me. I'm going to go on a camp because I want to see this thing go big. I like this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is great. So you're going to fund. You've got 10 days left. Is this your first 30 or your second 30?
My second 30. This is my second 30.
All right. So you are closing in on this. You are going to fund. Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Oh,
because you're less than
Oliver
$100
Senior
away.
E-Flash.
Oh. You are less than $100 away.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll refresh again. When people in the chat tell me to start refreshing.
Yeah.
61 back.
All right.
Yeah, we're just missing the numbers.
Yeah.
Give me the number.
Give me the number.
Calculate the number.
Come on.
Do it already.
Come on, Indiegogo.
I want to see that bacon bump, folks.
Let's give it a second, because sometimes Indiegogo takes a second. Mm-hmm. But do you have stretch goals planned?
Yes, I mean I'm keeping it simple. I'm only doing trading cards for this time, but my goal is making toys eventually.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Because I have things in the back burner, things that I can start talking about. We're making like the first CG animated shows, and it's an IP that would allow other IPs to come in. So I'm working with John from Beyond Time Comics.
Okay.
Black Tiger, and we're starting with his IPs. We're going like, okay, I'm funded. What?
Funded, my friend.
Yes!
$3,001. Oh, yeah. thank you, Bacon
Oh my
Ears.
God.
Thank you, Bacon
Thank you
Nation.
so much,
This
guys.
guy,
Y'all
I'm telling you
rock.
what, Pedro deserves this success. He is a fantastic guy. He has got an amazing IP here. He's doing great things. He's okay. Now, not everyone on the panel is CG. Okay,
Yeah.
I know Nick is not CG,
Mhm.
but a lot of us are. A lot of us are.
Yeah.
So I call this a CG show because you guys had my back when I was sick. You sent money to my family so that they could pay medical bills and travel back and forth to see me while I was an hour away in the hospital. And so thank you. I love you guys. And you have, Pedro is one of our own here, and he is doing great things, not only for comics but for the community. He's doing animation. He's helping out people. He deserves this success. Thank you guys for jumping on board and doing this. Please share out his link. Let's run those numbers up as high as we can for this guy. He deserves the success. Okay? Not only is Pedro a talented guy and good guy, but he is a good human being. And the good human beings need wins. And so I'm grateful to you guys for that. Pedro, you are awesome, and I'm happy that you're funded, and I can't wait for you to for people to get this book and to see your star shine. Man, you're an awesome guy.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, made him cry.
Yeah.
Dude, you got 10 more days.
Dude.
10 more days to run the numbers.
It's gonna go now. It's just because
Yeah.
when people realize
You're
it's
set.
funded, a lot of times they're like, they know it's going to be real, then they want it. It's just going to keep going. You do too good a work for it not to.
And here's the thing, we gotta
you know
show
what?
the gringos how it's done.
Damn right.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. Yeah, the Hispanic community within CG is so strong, so awesome. And I get so sick of people being like, Comicsgate's just a bunch of
man.
racist white guys, bigots and things like that.
Dude, I've been here since 2020. Not even like the semblance of letting people know I had a book, and there's been nothing but love and acceptance in CG. So dude, they can just miss me with that stupid idea, that notion that there's like racism here. Like, people rip, we make fun.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people get out of line. That happens in every group. But dude, CG is such a positive force for indie creators.
Yeah.
That I take personal insult when people mess with CG.
I do too. I do too. Especially since they had my back the way they did. And people's like, well, why do you always talk about it? You don't have to talk about it. You can just be CG.
You can see. Luke, you're openly CG. You're not CG as well.
Yeah, I'm openly. Yeah, I'm
That's
openly.
Very
CG.
true, Froggy. That's very true.
Yeah, no secret tears.
You know what? No
tears,
shame in it either.
No,
I'm all for emotional expression.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not. I know, like, I'm gonna get some shit about this, but dude, I'm ready. Like, this is a place to have fun, and this is fun.
Yeah, this is good, man. Oh,
yeah,
this is good stuff. Yeah,
this is why I signed on. This is why when Luke said, "Hey, you want to co-host a show?" I said, "Sure." Then I went, "I don't know if I'm co-hosting an episode or a series, but it's Luke, so okay." Literally,
it's the whole show. It's like you're here for the long haul, my friend.
Oh well,
I'm gonna shame Pedro.
Yeah, you're gonna shame me?
I'm gonna shame Pedro a little bit, but I'll save my shame.
But yeah, great. So no secret tears here. Comicsgate work just paid for my mother's surgery. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, man, I get it. I get it. And so that's why I'm unapologetically, Comicsgate. But I work with anybody. I don't care if you're CG or not. I'll work with anybody. But I do have a special place in my heart for CG. And so I call this CG's second morning show because Literature Devil does a morning show, but this is kind of the safe for work version of things, and this is more, I love the Literature Devil and all the stuff that he does, and I would watch his show, listen to his show while I was in the hospital, and it offered a lot of entertainment to me, But so we're doing this as kind of another alternative to kind of talk about people's books and just be silly and just kind of in the same vein, but a little different, just to be a little different with it. It says everyone in CG is an actual community. Everyone, for the most part, is accessible and willing to give advice and help. That is true, Hojo. There are people that are not in the community, that are in the community, but they're there for nefarious reasons. But we sniff out the fudge, and we call that out. That's how we do. And Frog G is showing up, the Literature Devil. Definitely check him out. Great show. Love that very much. And here we want to promote. So this show is kind of a blend between Never Mind the Furthermore, my Tuesday night show, and just other shows that I really liked for a long time. And I'm like, hey, this is what we're doing. And
it really is.
You get it.
There you go.
I want that book now. We are proud of you. In fact, I heard that we need to refresh.
All right.
There we go.
That, there you go.
Keep it going. Keep it going, people. Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there we are. Yeah, we've got you're up to 62 backers. You're at $3,036. You've got 10 days left. You know what? I want to show this trailer one more time. I got to
let's do it.
The trailer went away. There it is. It's back. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch this trailer one more time.
Comics are awesome.
I'm gonna go out and buy some
loving
more.
it.
Okay.
And I think you should too.
Absolutely.
It's definitely on my list as well.
This is great, man. This is great. 10 days left to get it. Final 10 days. Are you going to go in demand after this?
Yes, we're going to stay in demand for around 4 months until we finish the second book. Once we're ready for the next campaign, like ready to launch, we're going to close the
awesome
the in demand shop.
I'm telling you, this just looks great. The art is fantastic.
Thank you.
You've got simple tiers. I love this art book idea. This art book.
I have to shout out Doja Kun because he gave me the idea. Because when I went on his show, like I was showing like all the production materials, like this should be an art book, Pedro. I was like, yes, it should. So it's all.
Yes, it should. Yeah.
And you've got the art book. You've got 62 backers. You are fully funded, 101% funded. So you are funded, my brother.
Thank you so much,
what
man.
great news! And very excited for you. You have earned it, my friend. You've definitely earned it, and proud of you, man. Proud of you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
it's
Thank
amazing.
you so much, man. And
you
I can't wait to
it,
get my
man.
hand on this thing.
Yeah, and I'm not a very religious man, but dude, I've had conversations with God regarding my life and why I chose to take this journey. And I don't know, like now it feels all is validated.
Yeah.
So, dude, eternal thanks to everyone.
Yes.
Everyone who's backed, everyone who's thinking about backing, everyone who's shot out the campaign. Thank you so much, man. I'm eternally grateful.
Pedro, you've got a good heart, and I think that shows through. I won't even.
Yes, I do, Ollie.
What did he say? I have no idea.
He's like, Pedro, you need to cry more. There's sales to be made. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I can work in that, Ollie.
Yeah, work that in. Okay.
Got an onion.
Yeah.
This is the bilingual version portion of Nerd Bacon. This is how do you say Nerd Bacon in Spanish? How would you say Nerd Bacon in Spanish?
Sería tocino nerdo.
Tocino nerdo.
Nerdo, yeah.
Nerdo. Okay, nerdo.
No, use the D. Put the D, because then you'll be saying something else.
Nerdo. I cannot roll my R's.
Right.
Side effect of relearning how to talk. It's crazy. Frog G likes to say international bacon.
Everything is better with bacon, folks. That's just what we're proving.
Man, this campaign is bacon wrapped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bacon wrapped. Oh, yeah.
It literally is. And we wrapped it with bacon.
Yes. Oh, dude, I can say that this campaign has been bacon wrapped. That's better than be like the nerd box. Like, hey, you've just been bacon wrapped.
Yeah, you've just been bacon wrapped. Yeah. The Bacon Nation is amazing. Yeah. So Sugar Chris is on his way to 1,000 subs.
Oh, so awesome.
So how far away are you, Sugar?
I'm a long ways away.
Yeah, how far is it?
300 and some subs.
300. Okay, well that's more than this channel. We are about 25 subs away from 300 here. I have no idea what we'll do. Yep. I have no idea what we'll do when we get to 300.
Somebody's got to tell Jack Kirby to get out of that car.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I actually have to head out. I'm at 2% battery.
Cool.
Yeah, you better head out. So tell everybody where they can find you before you leave, man.
You can find me on YouTube as Sugar Chris, and I'm on Twitter as @SugarChris as well.
All right, Sugar Chris. It's thanks for coming and hanging out with us today, and make sure to go over and check out Sugar Chris's channel and sub to that if you haven't already. He has great content, fun stuff, and it's got some CG lore in it too.
Did you solve your power supply, Sugar? How's your computer doing?
No, that's what I got to hurry up off here. I'm at 2%, and I got to call him about that and see if he's got something figured out. Yeah.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I got to hop out like this all of a sudden.
No worries, man.
I didn't realize how low the battery was.
Yep. Check out his channel. See you later, Sugar. It's been big
later.
hanging out. All right.
Stay awesome, dude.
Johnny Cage says he'd be at 1,000 subs already if he didn't mistreat his guest all the time.
No, that's just you, Johnny.
He's abusive. Yeah.
Oh, sounds like Red Valkyrie. Love them. Love you guys. I'm poking fun. I love Red Valkyrie.
Can't get enough of that Sugar Chris. Can't get enough of that Sugar Chris. Yeah, I love it.
Red
Valkyrie has a great show. I'll be on Red Valkyrie this Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Talking about hybrids. Yeah, hopefully we can start getting our own lore. Because I was on B Rose's show, and B Rose now has the that whole send Fowler the link that started there. So it's kind of got its own lore.
Nice.
We need our own lore, so hopefully that happens organically around here. And I think maybe getting bacon wrapped might be it.
Oh,
it's a good one. I love it.
Goal. I mean, for finishing off campaigns.
Yeah, come get wrapped. Come get bacon wrapped. Yeah.
We make campaigns in blankets.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, Pedro, congratulations on funding, man. You deserve it. It's a great looking campaign. It's very exciting. What you got going on there. The mechs, robots with 6 eyes. I mean, come on. I mean, this is cool.
Oh, and that robot with 6 eyes has psychology programming. So he's very annoying to the protagonist. Like, he's always trying to help, and he's like the annoying friend that just graduated from psychology, and he's always like, I know what your problem is. Like, shut up. So
dude, I love it.
And how does it make you feel?
It's so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's like, so how was your relationship with your father? I never met my father. Shut up. That kind of stuff.
I don't know if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual.
But see, every so often I pull out my crystal ball, and I think Pedro doing the animation for some of these CG properties that come floating around is going to change a lot of the perception that organization has.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's more. There's more to come because the things are going to be getting better and better as projects progress. I'm doing now for this IP called Okuri Inu by Woodrow.
Oh, okay, and, yes.
Dude, and it's full. Like I'm doing like a Mignola style animated short for him, and dude, it's looking amazing. Like I can't show anything yet, but
nice.
Dude, it's looking a lot better now.
Yeah,
so, it's a whole lot better than the stop motion stuff I've done in the past. I mean,
Xevious is working on some amazing stuff too. Like he does a lot of people's work. Probably gonna be working with him with a tween animation kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's gonna put something together for me as well. And I mean, he's
the fastest link in the West.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
It's staggering. I say something and the link is there. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just literally astonishes me.
Yeah, and I bet any second Xevious is. There it is.
As you were saying, I bet.
I bet. Awesome. Boom! There it is. Yeah. So, Xevious is doing great work, and all these guys are positive. You know, the 656 guys.
Yeah.
All these people are positive. You know, they're not out there causing drama. They're not. You know, their whole brand isn't wrapped around, you know, telling how somebody else sucks. Their brand is around creating good stuff and doing good work. And that's what I love. That's what we do here on Nerd Bacon. That's our MO. And so we do that a lot.
I was
told a link in a DM, Nick.
Yeah. I was told this, and it's a word to live by. Like, be true to your word and don't be a weirdo, and you'll do fine.
Well, I think being a little bit of a weirdo is okay.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I think
I'm here.
Well,
they're not my words. They're not my words. But I mean, regarding like working with people, I mean, being quick is cool, but dude, when it's work, it's work. Be responsible. You know, if you say you're gonna, you say a day, be on time, and dude, that's the best policy.
Work hard, be on time, and don't don't cause unneeded eyes to come on a project. That's not the way it is. Ollie says I'm a functional cool weirdo, and I think there's functionality and coolness to some weirdos. But I know what you're talking about. They're more creepy than anything. They're the hashtag Me Too people. The last thing you want is someone sending you pictures of their.
But Me Too just got destroyed today with a certain like legal battle that's going on. They call it Me Poo. Oh. So I think that hashtag is done.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Don't be a weirdo, huh? I think he's talking to you, Mike.
Oh, God.
Well, I tried, but it was boring as all hell, so I went back.
Yeah, exactly. No, dude, like I'm not telling people how to be.
We know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Those are great words.
We know, like, no worries.
Yeah, be professional and work hard. So there's this thing, like, you know, in our nerd culture right now, like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are they're going through their thing. You know, it's unfortunate that the dirty laundry, you know, has to be pulled out publicly, and I'm sure it's embarrassing for both of them. But hopefully through this, Johnny Depp gets some he gets justified through this. You know, many times, you know, the guy will just get the bad rap. You know, people, especially from that Me Too movement, you know, it got to be the point where they just, you know, believe everything that the woman says, regardless of fact or truth, you know, because obviously, you know, there can't be any other truth to that except for what the woman's saying. Froggy's got it right. Hashtag justice for Johnny. Absolutely. It looks like I read somewhere, and I couldn't find the article this morning, but I saw somewhere on Facebook that he had won this libel thing.
Isn't it too premature? Wasn't it going to be like 6 weeks litigation?
Yeah, I'm not
sure. I read that somewhere. So.
And Johnny says, "Yeah, justice for me." No, wait.
There is no justice.
I've said it, and I will say it through all of Red Valkyrie. I had your back when I was a DM. Remember who was there for you. You know, Johnny.
Johnny is like this channel's Mo Biggs.
Yeah.
Johnny is like this channel's Mo Biggs. Yeah.
But he doesn't come in this late.
Yeah, he doesn't come in as late. Yeah. Yeah, very much. In fact, here's what I think is needed. I think. What do you guys think about Johnny getting a wrench?
Yeah, why not?
No kidding. Johnny can have a wrench. I don't care. Honestly, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, his links are going to be in Portuguese, though. Would that be a problem?
It's not a problem.
Uh-huh.
It is not a problem.
At least two of us speak American English. We don't know half of what we're saying anyway, and we speak the most messed up language in the world. You know, I feel sorry for anybody who has to try to learn English.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's because
I have
of
a
America.
degree in the subject, basically, and I still have trouble with the language.
Yeah,
dude. But it's because of America that the world speaks English. You know, so
essentially,
don't sell yourself short. Yeah, dude. We could be speaking like in Dutch or in Spanish, but we're not.
German.
Or in German. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, he went there.
Right. He went there. Well,
history buff. Every once in a while, I have to.
Yeah, as long as it's not French.
Johnny is wrench worthy. Well, Johnny, you might check.
Yeah.
You have a wrench. You now are wrenched, my friend.
I've had enough French for the rest of my life, and that was my ex.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. But
oh boy.
I mean, what are your thoughts on Johnny Depp in this whole situation, and Amber Heard not being fired from her role, and Ezra? Now, here's the thing: I don't think Ezra should be fired from his role. That's a mental health issue.
Yeah,
they need to get this man help. They need to get this man help. He's a good actor. He just needs help. I feel like Will Smith. That man has got some mental health issues. He's been cucked for far too long, and that man needs help. He needs love. He needs support right now. He doesn't need to be canceled. He doesn't need to be a meme, you know. But so, what do you guys think about the situation with Johnny and Amber being drug out for all of us to see? What's your thoughts on that?
Personally, thing is, I'm not gonna bother. You know, for most of 99% of celebrity drama, I don't care, and this is one of them as well. However, having it be so public means that it allows for the world to see the other side of what happens when a woman just goes out and blames someone.
Yeah.
And if you're a man in America and a woman points at you and says he abused me in whatever way, the woman is going to be believed at first, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I you know, part of me, because I have women in my life that I love. If someone said, hey, if she said that guy abused me, I'm going to, but I trust the women in my life. You know,
yeah.
I think in this situation we didn't know these two people very well.
I will put this.
I did not see that coming. That's funny.
Sorry.
Our chat is funny. You guys are funny.
Yeah, they're funny and it derails me sometimes.
Yeah.
No, we have two separate issues here that have to be discussed. First off, we have to talk about men's mental health,
yes,
and allow it to be talked about. I've talked and dealt with a lot of people who are suicidal. At one point in my life, that was my unofficial job. I would get calls at all hours because people they could call me, and when it came from men, it was because they couldn't express, they couldn't talk, and it was that we need to be able to retain masculinity, but still be allowed to be open with our emotions, because that's what's killing men. I mean, I hate to say it. I think the leading cause of men over 40 dying is heart attack and then suicide. Last I checked, it's way up there.
Yeah.
That needs to be discussed to be prevented. So that's one side of this issue, especially when you look at...
Well, I want to point out this. For years and years, it's been like men need to be masculine, and then our culture switched within a couple of years that no, you're toxic now. That's toxic masculinity. And so now you have to be a soy boy or you have to be a soft boy, and it's like, well, which is it? Especially for guys in our age group in our 40s.
Yeah.
Now.
It's that theme of impossible extremes.
Yeah.
And if you look historically, if you read things like Shakespeare, if you read historical writings, there was no shame in a man crying who had a reason to cry. There was no shame in having a deep personal connection between men that wasn't homosexual or was. I mean, that's, whatever.
Yeah. But platonic love existed between men historically.
Right. Yes.
Like my brother in arms, Right.
Yeah. It's so, we are so, I hate the term homophobic because there needs to be a term for being scared of being perceived as homosexual and the costs of it.
Yes.
It's a different thing. And that
there's a cost of it. Yeah, like
there
people
isn't a term.
Yeah.
For those of us who grew up in worse periods, less accepting, the burden and the reflexive defense is still all there. It's almost like PTSD, where because in the 80s, if somebody said you were gay, and it is totally wrong for this, you would get your butt stomped. In the 90s, same thing. It got a little better, but I mean, in the 90s, if you were gay, you could get yourself just stomped, and people would say it's your fault. And it really fits the same as a woman saying, well, they did it. There's no defense. And so what happened is a whole bunch of people, I think our age, developed as a defense against that, a hyper masculinity being a D-bag is not necessarily masculinity, but it gets lumped into it. And there's a lot of bashing on all when they hit the masculine, they bash it, but they bash it forgetting that it's like certain individuals want both sides.
Yeah, it's like men can't be masculine, but women can.
So here's the thing.
Weird thing going on right now.
Masculinity, as a whole, is not, being buff, being looking, being not self-confident, self-conscious at all. Going out there and doing whatever.
Or even being angry or aggressive. That's
that's not masculinity. Masculinity is finding pride in working a long day and just coming home and enjoying that. It's daring to finish things. It's not being afraid to get your hands dirty. It's taking care of the people around you and taking that responsibility of others, and caring of others.
Yeah, you're right, and it is a village mindset too. Yes. To think like I'm not just serving me, I'm serving people around me, and they can count on me. I'm a protector. I'm a defender. I'm a provider.
It's people. I think a lot of people get mad at sheepdogs for having teeth. You know what I'm saying? There's a fear, and that goes into the anti-2A movements that are going. It goes into a lot of things. Where
I don't know, I might have a different perspective because of where I'm from.
Well, let's hear it.
That's fine.
It's one of my favorite
That's good.
Please.
Yeah, because the things I think we're living in a time where people are allowed to suffer In the sense that, dude, I was born in Panama in '74. Completely different reality. I was living under a military dictatorship. Nobody had time to think, oh, I identify as this. Like, no, don't get shot. No. So when I went to college, I went to Colombia. In the middle of the Pablo Escobar like drug war thing, bombs were exploding around. I met gay people, but dude, they were trying to survive.
Right.
Being gay or whatever, or your sexual orientation was a facet of your reality of surviving in an environment that demanded you to become a man or a woman, be brave, and be self-reliant. I think right now we're living in a time when things are so easy that you can sit down and think, I think I feel bad. You know, and maybe we need a little bit of hardship now. We're in dire need of hardship.
It's so easy to claim a title without having to pay the price for the title. It's the like guys with the masculinity. I have known people who were very, upset about masculinity, and then I would ask them a question because they're involved in relationships. I'm like, okay. It's 3 a.m. Yes. There's a bump. You think somebody's in the house. Who goes to check?
Yeah, perfect.
And suddenly that masculinity has a job.
Yeah.
And it has value for that period of threat. But then people want to renounce it as soon as it's not. It's like being able to fix things and make workarounds and very practical.
Yeah. Well, my wife has had to. I was very involved before I got sick. Now that I'm sick, I'm physically not capable of doing the things that I did before. Like I would fix the appliances and stuff like that. She's had to learn how to do those things. Those aren't solely masculine traits, but what's masculine about a man doing that is like, let me take care of my family, let me provide. That is, I think, inherently masculine. Like that is from birth, from a young child. That's what's put on men, that you provide. You've got to be the breadwinner for your house. You've got to make sure that and I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm perfectly fine with that scenario. But we've been talking about this. We're almost on the 2-hour mark. I do want to read a couple of these comments. Your boy Hojo says, it's a little bit of an invasion of privacy airing that out. When I was in the Army, all a woman had to do was make an accusation, and the husband went to the brig before any questioning. And that is unfortunate. That's the case. Johnny Cage says, the message society has for me today is that I'm not needed or wanted. Young men are backing out of everything.
Yep.
And it does seem,
very sad.
Prodigy says, it does appear that men are going their own way. We are allowed to be masculine here. We're allowed to cry when we feel the need to cry, because that's nothing unmasculine about that. But I do agree. This airing of people's dirty laundry. There's a church here in Jacksonville where some things have gone wrong, and all of that now is national news. What's going on, and it's embarrassing to me, being a man of the cloth, being a reverend. It's embarrassing to me that the church can't handle their business without taking this stuff to social media and doing these things, And the problem is, it stems to somebody did something wrong, and that needs to be dealt with. Now,
I want to wade into that, because where the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing is intersecting with that is her allegations were very, very public. But if they turn out to be lies, and I'm trying to force myself to be neutral here, which is what I do a lot, the justice has to be projected with equal volume. because I've had many occasions where I've had occasions where false allegations were leveled against me, and the allegation was very public. The restitution, we've proven that was wrong, but now we want to sweep it under the cover. You know what I'm saying? I've in the past I had some issues, and they were totally unjustified, but that was rectified. It was handled legally. But then everything's like, well, but we don't want to discuss this anymore. I was like, no. If you falsely destroy somebody in private, handle it in private. But if they get nuked in public, to make it right, it has to be in public.
Yes.
Yeah, the platform that you use, the platform matters. That's the difference with this church.
Right.
That is private. It needs to stay private. Yeah, no one needed to take it to the news channel.
Right.
But someone decided to take it to the news channel. And, and having worked, I'm like, well, which is it? Which accusation is right? Was the pastor, mishandling himself and, not conducting himself accordingly? Or was he pushed out by nefarious plans from board members? What is really happening? But that should have been dealt with in private by people outside of the church, but leaders that they had within their leadership organization that are designated to come in and to help churches through things like that and to discover what the problem was. And that should have stayed private there because this church is massive. I mean, it's got 12,000 members,
Wow.
But no, state leadership or larger leadership was not brought in. It was set up like a organization, like a business. The pastor wants to be the CEO again. The former pastor wants to be the CEO again. That's what he says. And they took this public because the court of public opinion has a lot of weight these days. And I think Hojo has it right here where he says wokeness is a fashion trend. The majority of them are just going along because it's the flavor of the day. They really have no idea what it means. People don't really know what social justice is. And the truth is, social justice and biblical justice are very, very different because social justice has no grace, has no restoration, has no forgiveness.
That's what gets me. What is the statute of limitations on saying something stupid?
And there's no morality either.
Because
morality. It's not. Social justice is not based on morality. It's based on social construct.
Social construct and based on what's convenient, which is something that to me is very scary. Because the idea of the month will basically dictate the verdict, and that idea changes from time to time. That's why Disney is where it is today. Because now the idea today, it's something that it's going directly against what parents want for their kids. And finally, people are starting to awaken. Like, the world is changing very, very fast. And I'm happy I'm here. That's all I'm going to say. I'm happy I'm here because I could definitely be working. I applied to Disney like in 2004. Yeah. And I went to 2 interviews. So I might have been working in Disney in the middle of this turmoil. And I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that at all.
Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of everything Disney does. I'm a fan of the parks. I really am a fan of their old stuff. Some of their new stuff is great. We have, as a family, we have fond memories around Disney as a part of our life. I remember as a young artist, I was very inspired by Walt, and I aspired to work for Disney at one point in my career. I really wanted to work for them, but I'm unhappy with their woke approach to things. There is some grooming that happens when you look at the history. There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
So not so much inspired by Disney, but the animators that basically invented the craft, and it's like the 9 Men. Like those are guys you have to.
They were
take
genius.
As an example. Yeah.
They were genius in what they did. They innovated stuff, and they're still innovating stuff. The Imagineers, the Imagineers are still in, and so I admire that. Now, when they say we don't groom children, but you look at the track record of child stars and how they've grown up and the problems that they've had emotionally, you can tell something's not right. Something in the process is screwing people up, and that needs to be addressed. That needs to be fixed. And so right now in Florida, I'm a resident of Florida, and DeSantis in Disney World, they're going at it, you know. And I don't know that it's going to be good for either either entity, the state or the corporation. I just don't know that it's going to be good for them, and it's probably not going to be good for the people that work there and the people that are fans, you know.
And for the residents of the area, because I mean, they want to get rid of Reedy Creek. In Reedy Creek, like Disney took care of firemen, policing, everything that's going to be now part of the county. Who's going to pay for that? So.
Yeah, but they also are speaking out against, certain legislation that the voters in Florida are behind.
Exactly.
And not just a couple voters. I mean, the majority of voters are behind this legislation that we don't want our children to be groomed. Because that's what it's not the don't say gay. Nobody has a problem with saying gay. That's not the thing. I mean, there might be like a small handful out there, but the problem is grooming children. Children don't need to know about these things. They don't need to know the mechanics of all this stuff. They, for years, my kids would be, well, why does Johnny have two dads? Well, because that's their family. He's got two dads. They've got two moms. This one lives with grandma. This one lives with aunt and uncle. It's just families look different. They aren't all the same, but all families have the potential to be very beautiful. Not all families are beautiful.
One of my favorite ways that was done was in DuckTales 2017, where you have the little crow girl who is adopted by two guys, and they each have a T-shirt saying "I'm with Dad," pointing at the other guy. And it's it's never addressed more than that, but you know exactly what they're talking about, and it's perfect.
Yeah, you can have that in there. Unfortunately, just even leaning into that a little bit and trying to include some of that stuff in reality, what happens is because it's so jammed down our throat with wokeness that it has turned off a lot of people. They see it and they're like, "Oh crap, this is woke."
Not again. Yeah,
not again. It's gonna be more of that. So it makes it very difficult to start including those things. But here's the clue for wokeness, if it's woke or not. If they're okay with making fun of Christians, if they're okay with making fun of straight men, white people, then guess what? That's woke. Because if not everybody is included equally, then it's not. Then it's not true inclusion. It's woke.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was raised
social
Catholic.
Justice.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic, and what the Catholic Church has done in Latin America, like I have to say, I'm not a fan of the church, but I respect faith. Right. They're not the same thing. So dude, messing with people, like with people's beliefs, as a joke, it's just like it's more dehumanizing that just like missing a pronoun. In my opinion. I have no right going to a Buddhist saying like, you believe in a whatever. Like, dude, they're living their reality and they're just perceiving the world with a code that works for them. How is that insulting me?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like to me, that's the utmost disrespect.
That is the difference between tolerance and forced agreement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Tolerance is literally you do you, and I may not like it, it's to me, it sounds crazy, but I see the whole sexuality stuff and religion the same way I see, pineapple on a pizza. I like Hawaiian pizza. I like pineapple on my pizza. I'm sure that's enough to get me #canceled. But
and some circles, yes.
But by woke logic, it could be, But people should be allowed, I believe that a person's rights extend infinitely in all directions until they interfere with somebody else's rights.
Of course.
That's how
you're sounding libertarian.
Yeah, that's the principle of republic.
Yeah.
I hate when people talk about democracy when we live in republics. Democracy is the tyranny of the majority. A republic, it's a state of rights. My rights will not compete with your rights, and then we can live free as long as we don't interfere with each other.
And that's why we say America is not a democracy; it's a democratic republic.
Republic, yeah, exactly.
It's a democratic republic.
Republic, yes.
It's specifically laid out that way because that's how it is.
But the thought is, I don't understand why I'm not hurt by somebody having a different religion than me. They may be, according to my, that's a whole different conversation. But, they're not hurting me, so why lash out at them? As long as everyone is at least civil. And that's why I don't take names of any of the groups I really associate with. That way I can walk into any of them and be a bridge to go, hey, you could look up these people. Well, they're CG. And, for the people who believe it, they get wide-eyed. And
they're people.
A bunch of
they freak out. But here, Hojo has a statement. Yeah. And here's what I want to do. I want to dissect this statement for a second, Hojo. So he says, they think. Now, here's the thing. Imagine yourself on whatever stance you are sitting right now. Imagine yourself on the opposite stance, okay? Okay? Do that for a second. They is the opposite. They think reality is a social construct meant to exclude them. Okay? So if you are a Republican, you think, you're looking at the Democrats, that reality now is a social construct meant to exclude you. But if you're a Democrat, you're looking at the Republicans. And the Democrats think that reality is a social construct meant to exclude them. I see this in the anti-CG and in the CG world, okay? In the woke SJW, and I see it in the CG people, okay? Because you're intending to exclude me. So they become angry. And what happens, a lot of these people that are feeling this way and thinking this way, they become angry. So both sides are getting angry. And they try to lash out at anyone they deem a threat. We see this happen all the time. We lash out from this side towards the SJWs, and the SJWs lash out towards Comicsgate all the time. I.e., anyone that doesn't think like them, that's dangerous, because now you're dangerous. You're taking away my masculinity. You're telling me that everything about me is evil when it's not. You're taking away all the things that I value. And that statement can be true from the SJW's point of view, also from the conservative point of view. Okay, so
but I don't know. I don't think there's a precision to be made. The thing is, like, okay, I identify myself as CG. Like, I have no qualms in saying that in front of anyone. But it's the concept of the forest and the tree. The forest, in this case, the group, is an idea. The tree is what's real. The tree is what you can touch. So when I meet people, I meet the tree, not the forest.
Yes, absolutely.
If they go, I'm the forest, I'm the group, then you don't have ideas of your own. I might steer away because I'm not speaking with something real. I'm talking with an idea, and ideas tend to be dangerous. Because ideas are incorporeal. Ideas shape shift. They move. They shift. A real person that you can touch and you can relate directly as a human being, it's immediately more could warm up to you or reject you outright, and right away. So that's the thing. Like I'm talking with all kinds of people. Like I'm helping a lot of people with the Kickstarters, with the trailers.
And I love that. And I think true people like genuine hearts like you and I and the people here on the panel. That's what we do. We help everyone that we can. But let me play devil's advocate for a second, right? You've heard the statement, they can't see the forest through the trees. And sometimes people have a bad experience with one of the trees, and they associate the entire idea with that negative person, which is another thing that's happened with Comicsgate and SJW stuff, whatever. Now, I think the idea of social justice is flawed and wrong. So I think that's broken and that needs to be dealt with. But within Comicsgate, I've ran into people's like, well, I had a bad experience with this guy. Well, so did I. And I'm Comicsgate. That guy's just a jerk. That guy's a problem. He flies the hashtag and he promotes on those sites. But guess what? We don't like him either. Because sometimes you got a bad tree in the forest. But the idea is right. So you got to take things one-on-one basis. You can't, you can't judge an entire movement by one person, and you also can't judge one person by a movement that they're a part of. You've got to, you've got to judge them individually. I think.
By their actions, basically.
Yeah. That's sort of the foundation of what I do, because I've spent the last 20 years teaching people about martial arts and sword fighting and providing a place where you want some truly divergent people. You get people of different martial disciplines in a room. And they all what?
You teach HEMA?
Basically. I teach
nice.
Yeah, that's what, man, I've been plugging. That's what the Simple Sword is about. I mean, literally. My channel, it was meant, and my group was meant to be a place to bring HEMA and SCA and LARPs and
LARPs.
Well, there are a whole lot of LARP groups who use bomb for weapons. A lot of them don't get quality training. And
let me tell you this.
I was a member of the SCA for 12 years, and I left because they told me you can't teach people outside of this group, and you can't.
That's stupid.
So that's part of why I'm so funny about groups now.
Because
I want to be where I can help people, and if a group is holding me back from helping somebody else, I will instantly and completely fearlessly walk away from it, because the job is to help people. But the greatest things happen when you get people of different disciplines in anything, different art styles, different literary practices, different games, and you get them, and if you get a conversation with civility, what grows from that's what real diversity looks like. Diversity of skin color and stuff is groovy, and I'm all for that. I'm very pro that. But the diversity of ideas,
diversity in thought,
I want the perspective. Now, your perspective is shaped by your skin color and your language and all that, and that's awesome. But I'm far more interested in the software than the hardware. Let's these
let's use this as an example. Pedro and I both claim CG, and we do it for the same reason, I believe, because we want to show that CG is made up of people more like us than the negative people. So I fly that flag because I want to show that CG is actually a good group. And they're like, well, Luke, you're not a racist and a bigot. Or I didn't know you were a racist and a bigot. Well, I'm not. That's why I'm a part of this group. So we're in the same, in that category, but we're different. And we're the same because we love comic books. We love to create good things. But we've already, on our conversation, as I'm talking with him, he's like, well, I have a different perspective. Well, please tell me your perspective. I want to understand your perspective. I never grew up with war around me. I never grew up with the worrying about whether or not I was going to live or not. I grew up in the jackass age where we, can't kill yourself, where we're riding carts, into bushes and stuff. That's what I grew up with. That's where I came from. If we had the worry of dying, it was because we were doing something stupid. So that's the, there's a different perspective in that, and it's okay. You have it.
I have another note. Is a guy told me, you can't be a racist or a bigot. And I was like, how do you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe I hate. Maybe I'm like one of those like new Israelites guys. Like I found in New York. Like that's extremely racist.
It is oh man, I actually we were doing a mission work. We went to a park here in Jacksonville, and we were giving out food to people and praying with people, and with some folks from our church. And the Hebrew Israelites were across the way, telling the crowd how all these white people over here they're going to hell, and kind of all this really negative stuff. And this African American guy comes up and he's like, look, this is what they're spreading hate over there. Those guys are racist, and you guys are spreading love. And the message is clear to us. Just want you to know, the message is clear.
Yeah.
They preach hate. You're preaching love. Who's going to heaven? And I was like, for people, they see that difference. And racism is not exclusive to a particular people group.
No.
It goes across the gamut. I've met Asian people like that do not like other Asian people because of where they're from. It's like, are you what really? I've seen people hate other black people because they were too light or too dark, and I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard in my life.
Have you heard of the paperback test?
No.
Okay, so there's This happens in Panama, and I know it happens in the U.S. There are lodges that are like mainly black people, and they do a paperback next to your face. If you're a shader darker than the paperback, you can't get in.
Wow.
Wow.
They do that, and they do that.
Wow, I can't believe that. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Wow, that blows my mind.
Yeah, so it's black against black, black against white, Asian against black. As young Boyeg in China, if he thinks they love him over there.
Yeah, and black against Asian. It's so crazy. So racism and bigotry, it goes. It's all a matter of the person of the heart, right? But so here's Pedro and I. We have different perspectives. We disagree on the church. Okay. Now we agree about the Catholic Church, but
exactly.
But I'm a pastor. That's what I do. I've dedicated my life.
I'm not saying I'm not religious. It's just that I have problems with the Catholic Church, and I know a lot of Catholics that really live that reality. I'm not there to bash them. Like, oh, you go there, you must be stupid. Like, I will never do that.
Yeah. Hojo says, I respect faith. It is there, no matter which deity you follow, to believe in yourself and fellow man. It is there to make you strive.
Yeah, but believing in your fellow man to me is very difficult. Is in the sense that I don't have a frame of reference. If you read the Bible, then you get like the example of Jesus, for example, and then you get okay, this is what's good. And if you don't have that, then what's good? It's what you're feeling that day. Yeah. You know, and that's where morality gets obscured and the goalpost gets pushed everywhere.
Your moral compass is different. For me, my belief that my moral compass is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so biblical, morality. So that's where my moral compass points. But here's the problem with following the society. This wokeness. Your moral compass follows society, and society is jacked up. Okay, exactly. So that compass, morality will change from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year.
Morality can't be a trend.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's what's happening. Morality is a trend. Now, I want to read what Jody McPhee has to say here because he has some great insight. Okay, so he says, to a great degree, people just doesn't want to accept differences that contradict their beliefs, rights, etc., even if it doesn't infringe on said beliefs and rights, etc. I believe that. I think you're right. And he also says, no one is making you to be or live according to the opposite or different belief ideal or philosophy. They're not. They're absolutely not. But there is a fear because some people are. Some people are.
Yeah.
The KKK wanted to obliterate black people. Okay. Now people are proud of being a part of the Black Panthers. My experience with Black Panthers were they were very racist. They wanted to obliterate white people. And for me, in my experience, they were the same as the KKK. They were both people that were full of hate and anger, that whether it was justified or not, they needed to let God come in and fix that. Exactly. And both of them would use religion as the reason for being the way they were. And it ticked me off. As a man who loves God, who reads the Bible and sees the love and forgiveness, Paul writes a letter to a guy named Philemon. Okay, he is sending a fellow brother in Christ who was a runaway slave from Philemon. He sends this guy back to his former master with a letter. Okay, and this letter is very short, but it's full of God's grace. It's full of what if you're not Christian, you're not religious, you should read it anyway, because it's that good. It does that much for how we should treat and respect and receive one another. He sends this guy back because it's the right thing to do. You have to go back to this guy. But when he sends the letter with him, he's like, look, since your property basically has left, he has been with me and he has found Christ. Now he's your brother in Christ. I ask you to receive him not as your slave, but as your brother. And what a concept.
So 2,000 years ago, Christ was trying to get people over the city of sea.
And dude, like the book of Paul to me is very important because he was a Roman soldier before going to
who?
Paul.
No, Paul was a Pharisee. Yeah. Paul was not a soldier. But what he did is he worked with Rome to obliterate Christians.
Oh, thank you for the. Because I understood he was like a Roman. He was part of the Roman.
Yeah, he was part of the machine. He was part of the machine to get rid of Christians, and
I see.
yeah. So he was a sinner among sinners. I mean, he was when people heard that Paul, well, he was called Saul. His nickname was Paul. People say that God changed his name. He didn't change his name. It was like, my name's Thomas, but I go by Luke.
Kind
of thing. So Saul, when they found out that this guy Saul was a Christian, they're like, seriously?
Okay.
Right? This guy? Like, he was putting us in arenas with lions to be eaten alive. Like, come on. This guy? But, the change that was there. And that's another thing about Paul's story. Just utter and beautiful change. And Hojo says, I'll be here all day, folks. Those great comments. We've got Sin Killer, Ink Slayer is back. Sim is back. Hello, everyone. Sim, it's good to have you this morning. Hail chat, hail Comicsgate. Yes, absolutely.
Hail.
And from the desk of a small press publisher, Luke, you've never heard of colorism? I have not heard of colorism. I didn't even know this existed until this morning. Okay, it baffles me and it blows my mind that people are like this. That this is a problem that we deal with. That's from Jody says, "Wow," and then Joe Bockham says, "I got to hop off for now. Have a great rest of the week, fellas, folks." And yeah, that's our last comment. And here's the thing: we've had Submarine Treehouse is here. Pedro,
Hey,
what's up,
Submarine.
Ron?
Pedro just funded. Okay, he funded this morning.
Yes.
His campaign is bacon wrapped, so you got to check
yeah.
that out. And we've also got 24 Eyes Outcast House Live. Great to see you today. Thanks for you. Actually, you're showing up right at the end of this thing. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. This is supposed to be an hour-long show. And we just found ourselves, while talking about kind of some nerd culture, this diversity, I think we've covered some things that are really beautiful.
Yes.
This diversity, not only diversity in where we come from, but diversity of thought and idea. Jody McPhee says, Luke, the hardest thing understand in a Christian walk is to be a military soldier. There are specific scriptures that lay out in faith what to be expected since you would have blood on your hands. Very much. In fact, my wife said I'm going to take it for my own because, right now I feel like the church in America is soft. I feel like we're soft, and I feel like God's judging the church in America for not holding to the truth that he has laid out for us. And she says you can't be sorry or you can't feel bad for training dragon slayers in an age of dragons. And I'm like, you're right. We've got to prepare ourselves for this stuff. And so one of you mentioned earlier about hardships. Maybe we need some hardships to get the men back. And I think we need to be raising our boys to be free to be masculine, but also be free to feel emotion and to feel deeply.
Yes.
Well, that's real masculinity.
Just like we do our daughters.
If you get the genuine article, the problem is Hollywood for a long time sold people on fake masculinity.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Rambo. They've tried to associate masculinity with being a sociopath. I mean, I really hate to put it that way, but that's the way what masculinity and what masculinity looks like is getting up early in the morning and lighting a fire to get so that the house is warm when your wife and kids get up before you go to work.
Hojo's saying it right here. I'm going to go get some work done. Just got an email. Speaking of which, I've got to get some work done today too. This has been a great conversation. Jody McPhee, I'm going to have you on the show sometime.
That's always a good one.
I love Jody. Jody is not a CG guy, but he is a great guy. He is, he's the kind of guy that works with anybody and everybody because it's based off of merit, not, it's like he chooses per person, who he's going to work with. I like Jody very much. He's a great guy. William Pace is saying hail. Hail to William Pace. You are coming in right at the end. I do want to remind everybody that we will be back here again next Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern, with another great guest. Next week we've got Rich Ayala.
Roach Balls.
And we're going to do our best to have a safe for work version of that trailer. So
good luck.
It should be funny. The edits I have to do should be really funny. I've told him kind of what I'm doing, but it should be. Yeah, it should be humorous. We should have a really good time with this. There's going to be a lot of facepalming from Nick. I guarantee it. But the project is cool. It looks fun. So we're going to have him on next week. Pedro, thanks for being on today. I'm going to go around real quick and have you guys just tell everybody where they can find you before we head out today. I'm going to start with you, Pedro.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Pedro Rang. You can find me on the Twitter as @Ngila. You can follow me on Instagram, even though I don't use it that much, as Pedro Anguila 39, and no TikTok because I don't dance. So yeah, if you need anything, any help with your trailers and whatnot, just hit me up. I do color grading, video editing, animation, the whole shebang. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey everyone, you can find literally everything about me on Linktree, Fairies and Ents. And of course, Live on Korra 5 on Indiegogo, where we have plushies, comics, and all kinds of stuff for all ages. So be sure to check it out.
Yeah, I do want to add one thing. Mike, Jimmy, thank you for being transparent. You did a special cover for your book, and you said that you were going to give money to Meredith Logren's fund for her family. And you did that, and you showed your receipts. It shows the honesty. Here's the thing about honest people. They have no problem showing receipts. If you are nefarious, however. Nefarious, however. You do not want to... well, not nefarious, the guy in the chat. That guy's good. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's great also.
If you're wicked, if you got a wicked heart and you're trying to hide something, then you do not want to show your receipts.
Last week, I got... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No,
sorry. So last week, I received the copies for Lava Korra 5, the main cover, and all 500 of them had a stripe going right through all the pages. So the first thing I said to my backers was like, this is what's going on. We may have a slight delay, probably not, but nonetheless, you know, you got to be open, you got to be honest, and
and you want to make sure people get what they pay for. Good job.
Exactly.
Mike, I just wanted to point that out so everyone knows. Not only are you a talented guy, you're a good human being.
Well, hi, I'm Nick Tucker. Possibly. We're going to see if this stays on. Okay, cool. Nick has fun with me. All my links can be found at nicholastucker.com. I'm on Amazon where I sell my books. The Simple Sword. Yes, I do teach people how to sword fight. Every Friday night, I talk about it. Very soon, we'll be doing videos of actual practices when they get going again. You can find me on the Historical Fencing Guild on YouTube. You can also find my art at www.deviantart.com/NickT. I've been doing stuff there. I am the proud... I am the mechanic for Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, the role-playing game. We're expecting it to come out around Christmas time, depending on how Luke's stuff works. So that game is coming. I'm also the
full manual, Mm-hmm.
The big manual. Oh, I'm so excited about that. I worked with Jody McPhee, who was just talking earlier, to do the mechanics for his wrestling game, which is coming out
nice.
Soon.
Very cool.
So I'm starting to branch out and do some.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see a Tropical Magics RPG.
It's
dude.
Well,
it is
you're
right.
Not far the truth is I can do video games too. So
yeah, I would. I want to see that. I was thinking I got work because I just started negotiations with Bonzart Vocal. I'm sorry, my speech impediment is kicking in. But over at Radio Retro Future, we're not sure. I'm either going to be advising on game design for him or actually getting a contract to do game design. We're at that neat, mushy period where I'm figuring out, am I being helpful or am I being profitable and helpful? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A really cool thing is to check out Lockdown Games. We're going to be producing a lot more from Lockdown Games.
Once Lockdown Games really launches proper, I can talk more. Luke has the privilege to do his own spoilers. I don't. So anything I know that I'm not supposed to talk about, I don't talk about. But Luke can. for today's sketch, I didn't get done with it, but I was working on a Trashman bit of fan art. I don't draw
Very
enough
nice.
eyes, but this, I've taken to doing a sketch every broadcast just because I get so excited. I need something to do with my hands.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
very cool. And that was that's a very good sketch there. I like it very much. And, you're getting better and better and better. And but today we had some great conversation. Today we had
that's the
some
problem with
really
drawing
great
every day. Yeah.
Today we had some great conversation. I've been Luke Stone, and I'll be Luke Stone tomorrow as well. But I've been your host, one of your hosts here on Nerd Bacon. Thanks for joining us today. It brightens my heart to see everyone here. Hopefully, this show adds to your entertainment and it adds to your joy every day. Again, we've got people coming right in at the end. Dave from Genuine Comics.
Perfect.
Hello, everyone.
10. I'll shout that out because
and bye, everyone.
In real life.
Buy his books too.
Yeah.
Support Pedro. I'm just.
That's an idea I want to animate.
Be something I have to look to see.
Yeah, it is.
But I definitely gonna plug more of that. That's amazing work, and I want to see his animation do more too. So keep it in mind. A lot of you guys have the dream. I want to see my stuff as an animation. Here's a dream maker.
Yeah.
Hand him money.
Yeah. Help him feed himself and others.
Yeah, exactly.
Help him pay the rent.
I have a lot of mouths to feed. I don't have 8 kids by 5 women. That's not my story. That's a character.
Oh, I was wondering if you'd written yourself into the story.
No, it's not.
I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, it's not biographical.
Yeah, but definitely go by LukeStoneStudios.com. You can find all my personal links over there and check that out. I'm going to be doing more on the Luke Stone Studios YouTube. I'm going to be doing more draw streams. And so if you're out there and you want to hang out during a draw stream, do that. I am working on issue 9 of the Hybrids universe. And we are crowdfunding book 8. And I've got to do a little housekeeping because we are less than $200 away from hitting our first stretch goal. And we've got a few days left in our first 35. I might extend if I'm feeling up to it. But I'm a lot weaker and a lot more exhausted post COVID. I'm still trying to come back to I'm maybe about 75% now, working towards 80. So we're getting there, but it's a long road for me. I had a rough go. My case is a unique one, but I have to do a little housekeeping because I have to sell some more books. So here, let's watch this trailer real fast.
Welcome to Hybrids, the Sons of God. In this highly acclaimed series, descendants of the ancient gods face off against a celestial threat. Our heroes begin to converge at the Stardust Motel, where a deadly ambush awaits. Who will be the first to fall on the killing field? A fast-paced adventure where a Chris Claremont-era X-Men meets ancient aliens. Elements of drama, horror, and humor tell a well-crafted story. Complex character dynamics come into play as average people face unspeakable evil while learning to live with their newfound powers. Referred to as the X-Men I wanted to read, it is worth diving into the Hybrid universe now. With plenty of ways to get started at any budget, you can get your copy of Hybrids today, only on Indiegogo.
Only on Indiegogo. I'll tell you what, they did a great job.
With the bangers. Always with the banger music.
Yeah, I like banger music. That's my vibe. So if you're out there, I'm starting to offer my services to make music for people's stuff. So definitely hit me up with that because I have mouths to feed and bills to pay. Lots of medical
Before we go, I want to plug a show idea because something's hit. We need to do a show where instead of doing the campaigns for everybody, an individual campaign, we get a bunch of people like Pedro, like yourself, who are doing the sideline support projects. We could talk about my gaming, game design stuff too, but and do a day where we're highlighting the people who are behind the next steps.
They offer services,
and help each other because I know so many people who want to do different things, and they don't know who to talk to do it because they don't think there's anybody out there. Why not do that, universal plug? And see, everybody loves you, Pedro.
Pedro's awesome. We love Pedro. Pedro funded today.
Yeah.
Holy crap, and you got 10 days left. You're going to bring that up even more, man.
I'm
so
cried.
Happy.
Yes, this is the first time I cried on stream.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Pedro. Keep up the good work. Man, this has been a good show. We would keep talking all day long if we allowed ourselves to. But it has been great.
Yeah.
Chat, you have been great today. I'm telling you what, this show wouldn't be half of what it is without our chat. And so thank you for coming and watching today. We are humbled that you would take time out of your day to come watch these four guys get goofy on stream, so we would not have a show without you. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. And with that, we bid you no further ado. It is time for us to depart. Go be creative today. Remember, build more than you tear down and leave the wood pile a little bit higher than you found it.
Mm-hmm.